So is Jeff Bridges in Tron Ares?
Yes, he is.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
man,
He is.
he just can't say no to Tron, can he?
Yeah, he can't say no to money. If they made a second Big Lebowski, he'd be in.
Okay, I'd be all for that though.
They kind of did with what's his face,
Give me a
the
second
bowling
to
guy.
away.
Yeah.
Who was the bowling guy? It was played by John
Gennaro.
Turturro.
The Jesus.
Yeah, I think they made a series about him. I don't.
They
It must
did.
not have been good.
did.
It must not have been good
Well, that
because
was like,
I never heard anything about it.
was that like Joe Dirt 2 or was released
Oh, God.
On Crackle.
on Crackle? Yeah.
Crackle still exists.
Joe Dirte.
The number 52nd most popular streaming service in America today.
Crackle's still free. It was owned by Sony.
Really?
Mhm.
Snap, crackle, pop.
I think I still got it on a Roku.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since.
Mitch is gonna review Joe Dirt 2 for us.
Nice.
I sentence you to Joe Dirt 2.
Jesus.
Ah,
Mitch
shit.
is like, I quit the show. I'm never coming back.
This is why he's not here very often.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's submission. Talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up. Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks pod. Feel the Geeks. You're listening to the Feel the Geeks podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 220 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Mitch.
I'm Bill.
It's been a long time for you.
I know. Look
Yeah.
at this. I got a pregnancy pillow too.
I know. Congrats.
What do you do?
well,
Yeah.
you know, whenever the keg's ready to be tapped. So.
It's a turkey sub.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Oh man, 220. You believe that? 220.
That's
It's-
crazy.
I know.
That's
it seems like
nuts.
yesterday it was 100, and before that it was.
That was
at
the last
my
episode you
table.
were on. It was 100, wasn't it?
No,
No, I'm
I've been
kidding.
on. Yeah.
I was joshing you. No.
Uh,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's redundant.
Good God.
It is. It is.
the Dad Humor Podcast.
Yeah, right. Well, it's kind of that age, so yeah, I guess we should talk like that. But yeah, we were on a big break. Obviously, we had vacation, and then State Fair came up. So
Yeah.
and then San Diego Comic-Con happened and D23. So we're gonna try to cover as much as we can. We got quite a lot to talk about, and then at the end of all this, we're gonna spoil Deadpool and Wolverine. We will warn you, and then I'll probably put it out separately. So that should be a lot of fun. I've been dying to talk to everybody about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Did my review, and I put yours up there too, and then I shared yours as well. And I was really wanting to talk about other things, but I'm like, I can't right now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's been what, 3 weeks now?
has it?
They're even showing clips of it on YouTube. Like,
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Full
There's a
clips
lot
of
of
it.
memes now and as far as spoilers go, on social media, if you don't know that Gambit's not in it,
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it was.
if you don't know that he's in it, like
Yeah, I know. I
It
know.
was the one movie where I tried my hardest not to like watch the spoilers.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I avoided all of them.
I couldn't. I still got a few, but I didn't get as many. I was still surprised when Gambit walked through. So.
Yep. Yeah, I
I'm
got it.
excited to talk more about that though.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 It'd be
I'm
very,
stoked.
very exciting. Real quick here, we got an event coming up August 31st at Fleur Cinema and Cafe. It's in the parking lot, Southside Des Moines. Southside. They don't understand.
So sweet.
It's the Too Many Burgers, the second bite. It's a big event put on by the Too Many Words podcast, who we met at
Scaldstone Productions.
Yes, they invited us. So I'll be there with, I think so far it's Mitch and Megan. They're going to have games, vendors.
Vendor.
Vendor.
Sounds like a Masters of the Universe villain.
Vendors, food trucks.
dollar bill, He-Man. I don't care how straight it is.
The dollar bill or something else. Never mind.
See, there's a crease in the middle.
You pulled this from a stripper's G-string, didn't you?
Remember.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be that night.
Yeah, it is. It is. They'll have a lot of cool things going on at this event, so we'll be there. They'll also show a screen of a film called Peace Walker, and it'll be $3 for admission. But other than that, everything's free except obviously the food and stuff. But just come out. We're in the parking lot, so might be hot, but we'll be there, and we'll have stickers and stuff, just kind of like what we did for the con. Maybe we'll bring your comics. You want
get
us
them out. Get 'em
just
out.
throw them to people. Yeah, I'll tell them to go talk to Ant. He's not there. They're gonna be looking for a while. But yeah, it's our second appearance somewhere, so very cool. I hope to do a lot more. And come on out. So we would love to have a big turnout and make it memorable. With that said, we'll get into our first topic here. John Madden film they're making.
They could have found a guy that was maybe a little closer, but Nicolas Cage on a fat suit just really brings my day up.
Will it be a fat
boy.
suit? Or do you think you don't think you'll go method and just gain the weight? I mean, he's in his 60s. Probably not a good idea to put on that much, but
No. You know who would be a fantastic casting choice just based on his recent appearance
Who?
in public? David Caruso.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
did you see what I shared on Facebook?
Yeah, I was like, I
okay.
commented, I was like, he looks like my dad,
Oh.
but he could also be a really good John Madden.
Yeah.
His one-liners are always hilarious, and I love watching those on YouTube when they make like a whole
Yeah,
slew of them. Yeah.
that's why they call it murder.
Someone did a mashup of all those.
Oh, yeah.
When he puts
Yeah.
the glasses on. Oh god. Oh boy. But Nicolas Cage is gonna be John Madden.
Huh.
This is going to be about the 1970s Oakland Raiders. Their journey from underdogs to champions. Basically, he was their head coach for like 10 years, I believe, and then he became a commentator. That's how I basically knew him. And
Yeah.
I never knew him as a coach.
no,
I only knew him as a video game.
Oh god,
Yeah.
his video games are legendary
Yeah.
though.
Oh, they were.
yeah, I mean,
I think they're still making them, aren't they?
Yeah.
No,
I
not the
didn't
Madden
even listen to
ones.
him as a commentator.
I
'cause
think
didn't
they
really
they
watch
still
him
released
after.
one after his death. I know that, and it wasn't received too well. But I don't know. I think
they-
Madden's a big name. I think they were.
I think
No,
they
they-
replaced
they-
it with the 2K games. So
No, because the last one that I have is like Madden 15, and it was like Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, so they like changed voices, but it's still called Madden.
Right, because you can't beat that name.
I always
No.
liked it when
It's
I
its
would-
own thing
When I
now.
played that game, and you'd have like Madden do the commentary, and
Oh, yeah.
I'd do some play that shat the bed. and
Yeah.
he would like make me feel shitty, make me feel shitty about myself.
And he always had such stupid like phrases. Like he made it so that everybody could watch. He's like, normally the team that gets the most points wins the game, and you're like, oh well, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't think that was going to be
Logical.
right.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I remember the Madden curse being a thing for a
Oh
while, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was
If-
it was the player who would appear on the box art
Yeah.
Yep.
would always be injured.
Or they tank
Oh.
their
Or
season.
they tank
Which
their
I
season
think
when it was-
Mahomes broke that curse. when he
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
on the cover of
No
FIFA.
shit, really?
Which that was the
Every
last Madden game that I bought.
Yeah, the Madden curse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
really? So did it get to a point where those players were like, "Don't put me on the box.
It
Yeah.
was kind of getting that
like
way.
it was kind of like an urban legend.
We're
kind
gonna
of
put
thing.
you on the box."
Yeah.
No.
That said, I'd be like, yeah, no, put me on the box.
Oh
They'd
yeah.
be like, you don't play football, Jonah.
Well, it used to be like Madden holding a football and then pointing it at the screen,
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
those
And that
from
was-
like the early generation consoles, like
Yep.
NES and stuff like that.
They should have continued on with that trend. Like some of them, they should have released like on Thanksgiving, where he's holding like the 6-legged turkey award and all that stuff, And one where he's sitting down.
Frank Caliendo did a great John Madden. I think Madden was not a fan, obviously, but I remember he did a few We've talked about this before on the
Mad
show.
TV.
Oh yeah.
Did the air popper, and he kept getting
Yeah.
burnt, and everyone else could manage it just fine, and then he'd get confident again, and he just gets scolded by Steve.
What was it? He said he took it too far one time and like had to stop doing the interpretation for a little while.
Really?
He called Fox, pretending to be Madden, saying he was suicidal.
Well, that would do it. Oh my god!
I mean, it's not funny to joke about
Well,
that,
yeah,
but it
but-
was.
It's not, but
He
Holy
talked about it on
shit.
Howard Stern. Yeah,
Oh wow! Yeah, that's a little too far.
just a little. Yeah.
It's funny that with the movie, it's a David O. Russell is doing the movie.
Yeah,
And I went down that rabbit hole when I saw that George Clooney like won't be making an appearance. So that I was like, why does George Clooney hate David O. Russell? And I went down this rabbit hole
Yeah.
the other day, just like reading all these articles about it. And that was pretty funny.
Three Kings was the film.
Oh,
they
that's
did
right. I
together.
forgot
And
he
that's
was
a
in
good
that.
movie.
Yeah.
But he got
He did not
physical.
like
No, he like
Russell.
choked him out. Yeah, because he was a dick, and
Yeah.
he even reignited that feud in a GQ article recently. He called him a miserable fuck.
Oh boy.
So, but I mean, by all accounts, yeah, he's not a great friendly dude, but he's a great director.
Yeah.
So that's what matters, right? So,
So funny, like nowadays. I mean, if we want to get after somebody, we just go on Facebook and like blast them or something like that.
Yeah.
These celebrities go on like GQ,
yeah,
call somebody a fuck, and then just wait for him to come.
because that's somewhere we can't go. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
old school way. It's like you have to have an article written,
Yeah.
and
You
yeah.
see Tommy's article in Variety?
Now it's like you see him on X.
I'd buy a copy of the New York Times if it had the word motherfucker in it.
Yeah,
Like, do an interview with Sam Jackson.
like the Wall Street Journal or something like
yeah,
that. Most straight laced article ever.
right. Those motherfuckers.
This is gonna be like a mix of like just fun times that was the 70s. Capture the joy and humanity of the whole this whole event basically. So I'm interested because get an education on what he did. Obviously, it's a movie, so it's
Yeah.
gonna be a little
That'd be-
stretched.
Be one of those cool ones like Iron Claw. Like it was,
Yeah,
just something that's kind of like show you the history of it.
not as much death maybe.
Right.
I hope
It's
they
pretty
treat
bad
it-
when they have to cut a death scene out of a true
Yeah.
story.
Exactly.
That
I
was
hope
brutal.
they treat it well enough though that because he was a nice guy. I mean, overall, he was a
Yeah.
decent dude. And
Right.
Nicolas Cage can take it to that next level sometimes, So
Yeah.
I hope that they ground him a little bit.
I
Yeah,
think it depends on what they decide to focus on in terms of the story, because
Yeah.
even with any of those, biopics, they can pick and choose.
Oh,
what
yeah.
they want to show you,
Right.
Yeah.
depending on the story that they're telling.
sure. Yeah, yeah. And that reminds me, like Nic Cage really did a good job playing Nic Cage in that one movie. What was
that
the-
was his toughest, that was his
Wow.
most challenging.
What was that movie
Yeah.
called? Because I did see it
was the
finally.
one- it
The-
wasn't it the one with
Was
what's
that, like, the unbearable
Pedro?
weight of
Yes,
being Nick Cage or
it
something?
was on
Yeah.
Peacock, and I
Yeah,
finally
I hadn't
caught
seen
it.
it
I liked it. I think it's fun. It's Pedro Pascal's in it. Like it
Oh,
was fun.
perfect.
It's fun. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm still trying to become a fan of Pedro Pascal.
really. I thought he was winning you.
I'm getting there.
You'll get there. I think it's a good choice.
Mandalorian sold me on him.
We'll see how
Yeah.
Gladiator 2 might win me over. So,
Yeah. Oh, before the Fantastic Four, you mean? Or
well, yeah, because Gladiator 2 comes out in like 2 months.
yeah,
And
that's
he was
crazy.
really good in Game of Thrones too, even though he
That's
had a
where
short run.
Yeah.
And
That's
I don't
where I
even
first
remember
saw
him in
him.
Game of Thrones.
Kingsman
Real
2
short,
was
yeah.
when I first saw him.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
really was
Yep.
like Burt Reynolds.
He did
Yeah.
embody Burt.
Yeah, he did. He did. He was.
It was
Yeah.
not good in Wonder Woman 84, but then again,
No.
Nothing was good in Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah, nothing
I mean, he
was-
did what the script asks for, but man, that's a tough rewatch, isn't it?
It was
Like,
good, but it could be
it's-
better.
I
You
tried
know-
to rewatch it recently, and I was like, oh.
absolutely nothing on Kristen Wiig because she's a tremendous
No,
comedian and
yeah.
actress
Yeah.
I
and
think it was a
stuff.
good cast.
But
Yeah.
when you're the best part of a Wonder Woman movie
Yeah.
and you've got Gal Gadot and all these other people in it,
Yeah.
it's kind of bad.
Right. Yeah.
I think they strayed away from source material. Is what it ended
Well,
up
yeah,
being.
and I mean, if you want to give Snyder some credit, he helped with the first movie,
Yes.
which was more like what people, I think, fans wanted.
Yep.
And then Patty Jenkins got full control, and that's what happened. And then,
When are they going to fire her?
well, they already have.
I mean, from everything. It just retirement package.
Well, she did
Bye-bye.
the Hurt Locker. That's a good movie. Well, by all accounts, I haven't seen it, but
Well, yeah.
I
yeah.
was, I was
good
looking
movie.
forward to her Rogue Squadron.
See, yeah, and I was too. And she tried to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that now. And Disney's like, I don't think we're doing that anymore. She's like, no, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, no. So
False.
yeah, false. But
I don't
yeah,
know. As far as the Mad movie goes, I don't know if I'll see it. I mean, I'm probably not going to see it. In the theater.
once we see a
It's one of those
trailer,
ones
it's gonna
where,
be
like,
different. I mean,
Comes out
maybe.
on streaming or something, I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll watch
Yeah.
it.
It seems like a straight to stream kind of movie, but I could be wrong. I mean,
well, unless it's I didn't read too much into it. Unless it's like a Netflix or some shit, then yeah. But
it could be like Beverly Hills Cop.
yeah, which
That
I think.
one I was so disappointed on, but
Oh,
that's
really?
a whole nother story.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. We'll have to.
As in disappointed in the movie?
Yeah, it just seemed like it was like they didn't because they knew it was going to come to Netflix. It just didn't seem like it had that theatrical oomph.
Yeah.
There was parts of it that did feel very made for TV.
Yeah, yeah.
But overall,
I
we
liked
talked about it.
Yeah,
not
I
long
liked
ago,
it.
and
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
It was when we were talking about it, like on the show. I was like, man, I don't even remember what fucking happened.
And then I
remember
chimed in.
Oh, yeah, I actually liked the helicopter scene at the end.
I mean, it was cool to have all the reoccurring cast. You know, Judge Reinhold.
Yeah,
and all
I
those
get
guys
it. It
come
should
back.
have that
Yeah.
that filter like that
Yeah.
brings it into like a blockbuster type.
Yeah, it just
of-
didn't have that
I know.
blockbuster feel.
Unfortunately, that's just not what's. Yeah, that's one of the things I didn't enjoy about it. It had it kind of dipped into the TV verse and then the movie verse. You know, what I mean, it was kind of.
The only way I can explain
Hybrid.
it is it had a COVID feel. Like it was made for a big cinema, but then maybe this is
I
going
mean,
to be
there's
better
still
on
protocols, I think, but I don't think they're that strict
No.
anymore. This was filmed
No.
after, so I
Netflix. Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But yeah, I get it. It's very
Had that kind of like limited feel to it.
yeah. Like, manufactured or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of like the sound stages they have now with projections and stuff. Like, it's cool. You see, like, they're able to project what, you're going to show in the film, but it's just like a couple people and it doesn't really feel like it's real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like there's no traffic.
But there's a
or
lot
whatever.
of Netflix series alone that feel like a movie. So I
yeah,
mean,
it just depends on the
it just
creative
depend-
team, I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and all the stars they had to bring back, I'm sure the budget kept going up for that.
oh, I'm
and
sure.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
So this is big. Doctor Doom, everybody. What did we feel about this? Did you guys all saw the announcement, right?
Oh, yeah.
This was at
Yeah.
San Diego.
Once the initial awe wore off,
hmm
I was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I was like,
It already
no.
leaked, really, because some of the crowd even knew who he was before. I mean, it was a bunch of rumors going on and stuff,
Well, it's
but
kind of like one of those things. Like if you're obviously they like working with RDJ,
yeah,
of course that's fine. But like, where do we kind of draw the line with that? Like, is Chris Evans going to come back and play, a villain? Or
it's going to
something
be
now?
interesting. Yeah,
I think the thing
Maybe
we
might come back and play Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
What?
So I think the thing we need to focus around though is new mask, same
Task.
same task. We need to focus around that more because there is a storyline in the comics, and I'm sure you know more than I do, where Iron Man does become Victor Von Doom, but I think he's a
Yeah.
different name,
it's like a variant or something, isn't
Yes.
he? Or
and he's going to
that's-
be. We know so far that he's going to be in the same universe as the Fantastic Four will be. So I think it's very plausible to say that Iron Man becomes Victor Von Doom. Like something happens.
yeah, there's a crazy theory saying like they like reanimated Tony Stark's corpse. I'm like, Jesus, that's really dark.
You're gonna go Superman
Yeah,
Returns.
that is dark. I think it would make more sense, like what you're saying, if in this alternate universe that the Fantastic Four are
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
If Tony Stark, instead of having become Iron Man at some point, if he went down a different path, he
Yeah.
and Reed Richards were mates or whatever, and he ends up becoming Doctor Doom. I think there's something to be done with that. That's kind of
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Especially then what
Yeah.
happens when if he ends up in not our universe, but the Marvel
Like the
Cinematic Universe, the
616 universe.
616 or
Mhm.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
If he ends up there, and then how would people react to that? But the thing is Doctor Doom, also you don't see his face,
No.
so no
Yeah.
one would even know that he's Tony Stark. If it is,
Well,
Well, if we get an origin story though,
yeah, right. But it's not like Spider-Man's going to be like, oh, you're
Yeah, no.
you're my buddy Tony.
no. And the
Yeah.
other thing that's interesting is if we do take it into the Fantastic Four universe, now we're pushing back dates. So Tony Stark's now born around World War One. Howard Stark is born around the same time as Kang the Conqueror was in the 1800s. So we've got they're basically saying now that Howard Stark was Kang and he came up with all the unique
Yeah.
things. Not to say that he created the multiverse per se, but
Mhm.
he created a lot of things, and then all of a sudden something happens to Tony during World War One, World War II time frame, and then we get Dr. Von Doom.
I almost think it's cleaner to not associate him at all with Tony Stark. In
Yes.
any way, shape, or
Right.
form. He is his own character. It just so happens he looks like Tony Stark and again, no one's going to see his face anyway, so it doesn't matter. Which is why it's such a weird casting choice, in my
It
opinion.
is.
Because I don't know why you'd cast, because it's one of those things where it doesn't really matter who is in the costume.
Right.
I mean, it's like a David Prowse,
Right.
James Earl Jones thing.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter who's in the costume; it's the voice that's going to make.
But the
yeah.
problem is that we know Robert Downey Jr.'s voice so well
Yeah,
that it's going to be tough to go, oh, okay.
But I'm
this-
sure it'll be modulated a little bit. Like, I mean,
I
they
would
played
assume
around
so.
with tech
as long as it's
with
not like as
him and
bad
stuff.
as Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh, you thought the modulation for that was
It
bad?
they just
I thought it was better
darken
than
your
Clint
voice.
Eastwood voice.
Yes.
Ben Affleck played Clint Eastwood. What?
No, Bale.
Oh,
Bale got
Bale.
he got Clint Eastwood, man.
See, I've never. So
Where
I've
were
still
the other
never seen
drugs?
Ben Affleck as Batman, other than in the Flash.
Oh,
Um,
that's not fair.
No, I still refuse to watch. those movies. I'm
If you want to see what he looks like,
I will
all the
die on that
divorce like ads for Jennifer Lopez and him, it's like Jennifer Lopez, hot looking, Ben Affleck, Batman, and I don't know why they stick the Batman picture in there. It's just like just show him as a regular dude.
Yeah, yeah.
There's no reason to show him
the
as the
picture
Dark
I saw
Knight.
recently is him looking all stressed out on his yacht.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like you do.
Yeah.
Gonna fill
Like-
the gas tank.
That just goes to show you can have it all, but you can't have it all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm interested to see
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
this RDJ thing as Doctor Doom goes, but I don't know. I'm torn on it. I'm really torn on it because
But-
it almost seems
Forced.
just gimmicky.
Well, and that's the concern. I think if we had not had those bad string of Marvel movies, we would have questioned it, but we would have been okay. Marvel knows what they're doing, right?
But
So
yeah.
we've got a whole series of like okay stuff, and the Marvels didn't do well. So now we're starting to go, does Marvel know what they're doing? Deadpool comes out, okay, maybe they do know what they're doing, and then Robert Downey Jr. comes out as
Yeah.
Doom.
This is their solution to Kang, like how all that went down. Like they need a win.
They
and
should have just
obviously-
recast
They should
Kang.
have recast Kang.
I agree.
And in fact,
I agree.
Oh man, I don't remember the actor's name. I got to look it
I
up.
think
There
you
was
just
a-
mentioned an article. I think I know what you're talking about. What's that?
Well, he was in the movie I just watched the other night, Alien Romulus.
oh, okay.
There's so many other good actors out there that could have played him, and it's not that
Yeah.
hard to say.
David
Kang's a different
Johnson could be a good fill-in for
Yeah.
They've named
the
like
Kang character.
tons of people. They
Well,
just, yeah.
Why did they
I think
decide to
one
get
thing
rid
that-
of him though?
Well,
I mean, look at that.
Well,
face.
because Jonathan Majors.
Oh, yeah.
got
Dude,
arrested.
that could
He's-
totally
That's-
be Jonathan Majors.
His brother.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been like convicted.
Aside from
this
that,
is-
though, like I could see them bring someone in to help him because, yeah, it's not his fault, but you know, like his first appearance in Loki, but that was just a variant. But then you had him in Quantumania, and then Scott Lang was able to defeat him. So you're like,
Can I be completely honest though? I never thought that
Always.
Jonathan Majors was all that intimidating. I
thought the,
didn't get a feel. that
Creed
he was-
3 was. If you've seen Creed 3,
Okay,
Yes,
and I
I
have
know.
not seen that.
I know. Holy fuck!
I feel
yeah.
like Loki 2, he was more maniacal than
yeah, I
creepy.
get what you're saying. Yeah, yeah.
He
He's
knew
not
how to
Thanos.
play games. No,
Thanos
he wasn't
scary as
like
shit.
he
Yeah.
wasn't written well enough, or he just didn't understand the material well enough.
Yeah,
Right.
He was lame in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked him in Loki season 2.
Yep, where he
Yeah.
plays the 1800s character.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
liked that character. He
Yeah.
was- yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it would have been cool to see what they could have done. I was never a huge fan of Kang as a comic book character.
Yeah, I didn't know much
So-
enough.
King's always been like kind of that second fiddle to Doctor Doom kind of character for me. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, he
But-
was always just a time traveler guy.
Yeah,
Where
I
I
just
found
like-
him most interesting is when he was. This is gonna sound weird, but when he was part of the Young Avengers.
isn't he like a variation of like Franklin Richards or something like that?
I think that.
Or he was like an alternate Reed or something like that in one of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was a lot
yeah.
like that.
Isn't there Superior Doom 2 where he was just like the king of the universe or something like that, and he beat Thanos by just like punching him and ripping out
I'm
his
sure there's
spine?
been several, right? I mean,
Dude, I couldn't tell you.
it's
There's been a
unlimited.
lot of those.
Yeah.
There's,
so
there's
many
a
of those
reason
out
why
there.
they went the whole like variant thing
Yeah.
with him, because there's been a lot of
Sure.
iterations of Kang. But
I know, and a lot of people were like thinking, well, this could this be a Tony Stark variant? I think they've ruled that out. I don't know if they actually said he's playing Victor Von Doom or Doctor Doom. So like the wording there might be a little,
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
kinda
I-
hard to come with the whole.
I hope, yeah, like the whole Tony thing is it's an interesting way to go, but I think they should he's Doctor Doom. That's what he is in this universe that the Fantastic Four are coming from.
Mhm.
It's him. It's just him. And I I would hope they would treat this carefully. Like if he was going to come back,
Yeah.
you got to
Well,
do it
it's fine. I
right,
mean,
right? Yeah.
It's totally fine. Like he's going to be behind the mask anyway. His face is
Hopefully,
gonna be
right? Yeah,
disfigured.
yeah.
As long as he's not hamming it up like he did for Tony Stark, then
Yeah.
I'm totally fine.
It's got to be a different character.
So
He's
here's a question that I have, and I don't think it's been posed yet on a lot of the videos I've seen on YouTube. are they using the multiverse as an excuse to get away with a lot of stuff?
Yes.
Does it seem like they're just taking too many liberties because now we have the multiverse?
I think they were, but I think they're pulling back. But I think they still want Fantastic Four to be in that its own world because they want to do that cool, and it looks cool. They want to give you that 60s future retro look, and so I think maybe that'll be the last Earth we see. The rumor is I think after Secret Wars, maybe it'll all be like put together onto one.
Yeah, I've heard it's going to be
timeline again or some shit.
Reboot.
Yeah.
They're gonna have their own like Crisis of Infinite Earths.
But they need to wrap up some story stuff, like you know, the whole Mrs. Marvel stuff. What are they going to do to Captain Marvel? And they need to find a way to wrap that up so that we can get our minds out of that section.
And there's so many too, like little things that like you're probably average moviegoer.
They're not going to even know
a lot
of
nerds
it,
like us. Where I'm like,
We've
like,
been reading the comics forever.
Like, where's Black Knight? Like that was introduced or teased in the Eternals,
right?
And then nothing, and so you get a lot of that.
And I think a lot of people would be fine just moving on. I think they've seen enough of all these attempts, and I think a lot of them would just be happy, like just them to be mentioned in a just passing along or something, or like, oh, they're on the other part of the world doing something, like, I don't know how strong the fan base is to really want to see a conclusion to everything, because I see Marvel just like, let's just pretend it didn't happen.
I was kind of hoping
I don't know
that they would have gone kind of away from the multiverse thing.
Yeah,
with like if the Spider-Man would have kind of been the end of it, because I thought that was really cool what they did.
Well, you still have to figure out. And I still think that the next 3 stories that you're going to get of Spider-Man is him somehow jogging the memory of Mary Jane and his friend somehow. And
if we
maybe
get
that's
there,
an entire arc that goes to the end of the 3rd.
Because Holland's getting old, so I mean, they could do older Spider-Man for sure.
I mean, Toby. Look at Toby. I mean, that guy's got some miles. Not to say that he's got miles on him by any means, but I'm just saying he was older.
Morales hasn't been introduced in the MCU.
He's older, but it still worked because he still had that kiddish charm.
He has a baby face kind of look to him.
And as
Tom
much
Holland's
as I
never
love,
gonna get old. I mean.
Yeah, as much as I love that, it's like I don't know if I want them to come back those versions, because it's like it felt like they just kind of storybooked it. It was just right.
It felt like we finally got the like proper send off, especially for Andrew Garfield.
Right. But then getting back to Robert Downey Jr., he had a great send off with Tony Stark. So like I'm excited, but I'm worried too.
Yeah.
I'm like, they can't fuck this up. And I know their goal is to make Doom right. I mean, gosh, there's been what, two attempts, they'd like to claim
the campy, and then
not the Roger Corman one. They won't claim that one, but it's going to be interesting. I don't know how they're going to. I don't know. I just hope. I don't know. It's tough because Downey, he's an Academy Award winner now, and he's accomplished. It's a lot different than when he first started playing Iron Man, especially the first one.
Yeah.
Jon Favreau had to like beg them to, because they couldn't get
Does it
insured.
seem like he wanted to get an Academy Award just so that he could say he got one, and then he was like, "Okay, I've done everything I want. I'm good to go." Does it feel like that? Because
I don't know, because he got close with Chaplin, and I don't feel like
he got it for Oppenheimer, and then it was just like all of a sudden, well, maybe I'll come back to Marvel.
He's got fuck you money, so that's the other problem. It's but I think I don't know. I feel like he could do it justice. I just hopefully he gets out of its way, if that makes sense.
I think he's gonna. If anything he does,
he doesn't want it to
feel
fail.
like it's forced or he's not giving half-assed.
He's been talking to Feige for a while, I guess. So they've really been trying to pick the right way to come back, and they seem confident. I know there's a lot on the line. Feige has to have pressure more than ever, I would say, because they really got to get going and kind of get back in the good graces with a lot of people. The whole Disney Plus thing just kind of, I think Ruffalo said it best, it just watered down everyone's expectations. Like it used to be an event, when
I really worry about the new Captain America.
I
feel like we're back into that same phase 4 again, where it's just you got the Marvels.
Captain America. It almost looks like just from the trailer. was like, man, this looks like she should be on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like something I
No,
would see in the theater.
that's
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
It looks
Yep.
artificial, kind
Yep.
of.
And-
Some of it does. It's been reshot. They say many times. I
Well,
don't know
that's not a
if
good
entirely.
thing.
No,
That's usually not
no,
good.
it's not. No, I mean they brought in Giancarlo Esposito, right?
Yeah.
As
To
GW Bridge.
yeah. He's a Serpent King, right, or something like that. Or I mean, he's not going to wear the costume, but they
Well,
did.
I guess I don't. I heard he was playing GW Bridge, which, if that's the case,
I know he's
I
like
never associated him with Serpent. With
Not gonna
Serpent
lie
Society.
though, he seems like he'd be a better Victor Von Doom.
Oh yeah.
yeah, and
He
people have
plays a
talked about
tremendous
Xavier.
villain,
and-
but
yeah,
God,
The only
man.
problem with that is that he's been a villain in The Boys. He's been a villain.
you
in
expect that
Mandalorian.
too. Yeah,
He's been,
yeah. He's an anti-hero in this
Yeah.
movie, so that's
But you get lost when
good.
he's doing it though. It's not like, oh, that's
mhm.
I do agree because he does
He's
make
so
it a
good.
villain that you love to hate.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Red Hulk is like the thing I'm most excited about, and I hope they retweak it a little bit. I guess it's kind of a new concept, Red Hulk. I thought it's been around a long time. I think it was only introduced.
Like mid 2000s.
See, I didn't know that. I thought it was
2008,
like,
something like
and I
that.
get it.
He
It's
came
like,
about after World War Hulk is kind of when the
Okay.
Red Hulk was introduced.
yeah,
And I never liked the character even in the comic book
Yeah.
series. I mean, I was never even a Hulk fan.
yeah.
I liked
Mhm.
World War Hulk and Planet Hulk. I guess Planet Hulk more than World War Hulk. And
I
then
just- yeah.
after that, they introduced the Red Hulk, which is basically, I think it was Thunderbolt Ross, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yep.
It's Harrison Ford. Yeah,
And
and
that's
I-
who Harrison Ford is playing as
Yep.
Thunderbolt Ross.
Yep, D23 they actually showed more of him, and it needs to be tweaked. Hopefully, they're going to tweak it a little bit. It doesn't look terrible or anything like that, but I don't know. I love Harrison Ford, but him,
It's gotta be easy CGI to do because they already have the models. It's just
Yeah,
God,
right.
How many years
Turn it
of
red.
film do they? Yeah.
yeah.
I just hope Harrison Ford does a good performance because a lot of our older actors now, probably because they're old and I don't know,
I
they
could
just
s-
want money.
I could see
They
them
just
having
phone in a
somebody
lot.
else voice Red Hulk.
Yeah, I don't know.
'Cause I
you
don't know
see
that I
Harrison
could hear
Ford
him
coming to his recording studio.
Smash you, man.
I could see him like keeping kind of the gruff voice, but again,
Yeah.
like, synthesizing it a bit.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It'll be interesting.
Bass.
It'd be awesome
Yeah.
if they recreated the Air Force One scene. Get off my plane.
He
Like,
falls
turns
through the
into Red
plane because
Hulk,
he's so
yeah.
heavy. Yeah. We'll see about that Captain America movie. I want it to be good, but I don't know, man. You can only polish a turd so much, right? If that's what the deal is, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of faith in that one.
I don't know. But Fantastic Four, it's got an official title, First Steps. So,
I do feel good about that. I worry
Yeah.
about Galactus being the villain because that just means that they're not building him up to be a mega villain, and he's huge in the comic books. I mean, he's tough.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot of ground to
And-
cover with an origin and stuff.
And
yeah.
to have him be like a blip in a movie, like be the main guy,
Yeah.
it just feels like they're gonna just kind of okay, this is the guy. Now we're
Yeah.
gonna just kind of end it.
I
have to-
As
feel,
long as it's
yeah.
not a giant cloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not. It's not a fart cloud.
They've already shown like he's like coming down in a window or something like that. And he kind of almost
Yeah.
looks like a transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a leaked.
Yeah.
You can find all this leaked footage out there. It's not in the best. It's not the best quality, but yeah, Galactus basically like looks into the Baxter Building, and everyone's reaction was like, "Oh my god!" I don't know. I feel like there's so much pressure. This feels like something special. It could be very special. I think
It
just
does.
the whole
Yeah.
look of it. It's very
Mhm.
retro. It's really cool.
Kind of has that Fallout feel.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, more
Like
cleaner,
new-
obviously, and
Well, yeah, like-
optimistic. but
like
yeah,
New retro tech.
yeah.
You know?
It's
Yeah.
a 60. Yeah, because I think Fallout's kind of the 50s, right?
Yeah.
50s,
Yeah.
futuristic. Yeah, this is like 60s. But I mean, they had the whole cast at San Diego, and they showed some test footage. It's just it's just like mock-up things. They're not. It's not like official footage. But at the time they did the San Diego appearance, they were like off to London like the next day, I think, or that night to start filming. So that was like 2 weeks ago or so. So
It'd be
Yeah.
funny if the Human Torch looked like one of those guys from the ghouls from Fallout. Ah, yes, my favorite smooth skin. Flame on.
we'll get there.
Got any chems?
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you saw the footage at San Diego, but they had this cool. They had a cool. They had the car come in, the Fantastic car.
Fantastic car.
Yeah, it was like all fan powered or something. It was really neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really excited. Like I haven't felt this way maybe since Iron Man. I remember the first images of Iron Man.
It does have that new feel. Like we
Yeah.
haven't seen something like this.
Like
before.
it's like it's like it's its own thing, but
Yeah.
yet it's going to be part of what's existed.
and it's
because
not going to be.
yeah.
From my understanding, it's not going to be an origin story. So they're already going to be like that. So
Right.
perfect.
Yeah, I think it will at least go up to them launching. I hope so, because I've always wanted like an Apollo 13 like treatment of that, launched into space. Like I so much hated the it was the 03 or 04 film where they just took a trip up to space. It's like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
So wait, the whole movie they won't have any special powers, and then the last scene is them.
No, it won't. I mean, it won't be like. When I say esque, I mean like the first, or from them going to the
Like
pad
making a
and
big
launching.
deal of
That's
them.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. And maybe when they
That could be your
encounter,
opening credits.
That would be an awesome thing,
That'd be
like
pretty
Zack Snyder
cool.
did with The Watchmen, where you kind of see like,
yeah,
yeah,
Good.
that'd be cool.
That would be neat.
I mean,
I'd
yeah.
be cool with
Yeah,
that.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for the Fantastic Four movie. I'm a little apprehensive just because their track record with Fantastic Four has not been good.
True.
It
And so we'll
hasn't,
see.
but-
And I don't know if this is like, will be the nail in the coffin for that first
Well-
family if it doesn't work out.
I mean, there's so much pressure, and it looks great. I've the fan art, or not fan art, but the actual art they've done and the looks. I mean,
Mhm.
I'm very excited. I will be extremely bummed if it
But
does
does it
not.
look like Pedro
out
could
good.
pull Vanessa Kirby? I mean, I'm not saying the dude's ugly, but I'm
Do you
just
think-
saying.
Ewan Griffith or whatever his ridiculous fucking name is could pull Jessica Alba.
I mean, he did play the English, the
He was
Prime Minister in
Lancelot.
W.
And wasn't he Lancelot?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
I have
Jesus.
to stop the Parabola.
Well, Vanessa Kirby is a lot better than Jessica Alba, because Jessica
Oh.
Alba had to like change her
Yes.
whole
Thank
ethnicity
you.
to be Susan Storm, because
That's right.
they like
Yeah,
bleached
that's
the shit out
true.
of her.
You ever wanted to know
Had to
what
give her
liberal
the Michael
amount looks
Jackson.
like, in powder?
Kind of like
You
Ariana
use the whole
Grande.
tube.
Look at, I mean, this is a tangent. Wicked, Ariana Grande, she looks sick, first off,
Oh well,
and she's not that white. Like,
Well, she's got that Ozempic eye thing going
Jesus criminy.
on. Yeah.
I'm like, ugh. But yeah. Moving on. Tron, everybody.
Sorry. I go off on these horrible tangents. You can cut out like
No, it's
80%
good.
of this.
It's good.
Yeah.
No.
It's good.
I'm gonna get pulled
I
into a
can't wait to
meeting
see
on
the
Monday.
tags on this one.
You're working on them.
Oh shit, that's right. Be good to me, algorithm.
Just
Tron,
type in Ozempic and you'll be fine.
I did use that tag for something. Yeah. Tron Ares, guys. Tron Ares. You
Yeah.
guys big Tron fans? Did you like the last one?
Never seen a Tron movie.
Never seen it.
I did like
What?
the last one.
No.
Legacy, yeah. It was
was
very
cool.
good. Yeah, it was really
I
cool. I
read
mean,
Jeff Bridges, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I-
the only,
I
the only
did
thing I know
not
about Tron I
like-
learned from like honest trailers
Yes.
on YouTube.
Oh yeah, God, I love that.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
I did not like the.
we sounded the same ever since True Grit.
Tony.
Always sounds like he's got a little
I
bit of
can't-
shoe
Shit!
in his front lip. Tony, how
I
you
can't
doing?
do nothing for you.
No, that was before True Grit, though. I think that was like the last time he was acting.
So, yeah.
Oh, when he was
differently.
truly acting. Was
Yeah,
in- was
yeah.
in,
I don't know.
I've never seen a Tron movie.
Oh man, it's like
He had
it was like
hair?
the Matrix before the
does-
Matrix,
It does
pretty
look
much.
like- I mean, and that's not a
Yeah, so
And they
like
de-aged him.
the
Yeah.
first one
I saw that
really
in the trailer.
the first one really doesn't age well.
Yeah.
I mean, from like a
It's pretty basic movie. It's not
It
like
is.
this
It's got like
big.
those Atari graphics, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
as good as
Well,
war
that's
games.
it's not just that though, but the story
like the
isn't.
rotoscoping on the suits. And all
Yeah,
that
like
stuff
for the
is kinda
time.
like-
I mean, it still looks really
dated.
cool, but yeah,
I love
did-
people who show up to the con though in the.
and they're out of shape.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Fat Tron, Globotron.
Smash. Sorry.
Take 3.
Oh God, they look like Ben Stiller from the end of Dodgeball. Milkshake sprinkle, all the boys are going. Make sure you zoom in on my. No, I'm kidding. No, Tron Legacy was good. I just didn't like the like de-aged CGI Jeff Bridges in it.
It would be so much better now.
lifeless.
It's one of those like they had to
Just
try.
cast somebody who
Yeah.
kind of looks like him.
They should have, but I mean, they got close.
Christ. They tried to
It was a
convince
step.
us-
It was a step, you know. Into
They tried to
what we
convince
get
us
now.
that Tom Hardy looks like Patrick Stewart, for fuck's sake. Like,
Well, he did then before all the hormone treatments. Or
well, yeah.
You got jacked.
no, I know. Yeah, he was like a
Back
scrawny
when he
little
looked like
guy.
he was
Yeah.
a St. Jude kid.
Jesus.
R.I.P. Phil Donahue.
Yeah, that is sad.
Yeah.
That's fair. Sad.
So is Jeff Bridges in Tron Ares?
Yes, he is.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
man,
He is.
he just can't say no to Tron, can he?
Yeah, he can't say no to money. If they made a second Big Lebowski, he'd be in.
Okay, I'd be all for that though.
They kind of did with what's his face,
Give me a
the
second
bowling
to go
guy.
away.
Yeah.
Who was the bowling guy? It was played by
Oh,
John
Gennaro.
Turturro.
The Jesus.
Yeah, they made it. I think they made a series about him. I don't.
They
It's
did.
not been good.
did.
It must not have been good
Well,
because
that was like,
I never heard anything about it.
was that like Joe Dirt 2 or was it
Oh,
released
God.
On Crackle.
on Crackle? Yeah.
Crackle still exists.
Joe Dirte.
The number 52nd most popular streaming service in America today.
Crackle's still free. It was owned by Sony.
Really?
hmm
Snap, crackle, pop.
I think I still got it on a Roku.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been a while since.
Mitch is gonna review Joe Dirt 2 for us.
Nice.
I sentence you to Joe Dirt 2.
Jesus.
Oh
Mitch
shit!
is like, I quit the show. I'm never coming back.
This is why he's not here very often.
No,
Um,
Tron's a cool concept. It's like it's like people going into like a program world, and obviously the '80s really captured that. And then Legacy
Yeah.
made it like try to make it a bigger thing, and I mean, at some point it did accomplish that, but
I think Jumanji did it better.
you haven't seen Tron. How do you know?
It doesn't look good.
it's kind of like, it's like a cyberpunk Jumanji, pretty much.
Yeah. But D23 had a lot of Ares footage. I mean, we can't see it because we were there, but I can see the.
Jared Leto still attached to it.
Jared Leto is in it, and he plays a program, and he's sent from a digital world into the real world. So it's like he's playing himself. What?
So I wonder how he's doing the method for that.
Attached a whole bunch of
Dude, have you seen his
motherboards
look?
onto his body.
He's got long hair now and a beard.
He's
Yeah,
had
so-
that for.
Didn't
Yeah, I
he
know.
have that though for
Yeah.
Blade
Dude,
Runner?
Yeah, see, that's when actors just don't really care that much. It's like, dude,
To
fucking
prepare
cut
for
your
this
hair,
movie,
man.
he played at least 50 hours a fortnight.
Yeah.
So
We went
he's
to a
fine.
32nd of Mars show and asked him, "Hey, you want to be in Tron?"
I'll do that.
If you come
Sure.
off the Empire State Building, we'll cast you in the movie. Calm
He's
down, man.
He's like, I'm already in Tron.
What are you talking about?
And he
I am
moonwalks.
AI.
Well, actually, that's what this premise is. Like, yeah, he's bringing
Well,
like AI into our world.
They did that in the last one, though. They brought the one chick out of the.
But that was spoiler, guys.
Oh,
That was at
no.
the end. That was just a motorcycle ride, and that was it.
Yeah.
Please
but
bring
she's
back the
still in
motorcycle ride for this one too.
Jesus.
Well, they're
As
gonna
long
have
as the light cycles are in it, I
yes,
don't care.
and they're gonna be in our world.
What?
So yes,
Oh,
yeah.
Elon Musk, get on it. I want a light cycle, motherfucker.
he can. He would.
It better look better than that fucking Cybertruck.
Oh, dude, those things are cool to drive by, though.
Dude, okay.
It's cool to do a drive-by on them. Is that what you
Yeah, they
The
the
first
bullets
time-
bounce off.
I saw one of those in the
It's you. Sorry.
bulletproof. It's like a James Bond car.
Yeah.
Um,
You remember the
first-
demonstration of the glass he
Yeah.
did? It didn't
yeah,
work.
and it broke. It's bulletproof. Will not break.
Shit.
It broke.
Yeah, it's like Goldeneye. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
seen it put in Goldeneye. It's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
See, that truck was made for that movie.
Or Tron.
No,
yeah. Just
Tron.
Put some,
Oh,
just
oh.
put some like neon lights around the.
Put some LED strips on it. You can buy those at fucking Walmart. For
Yeah.
like
It'll
$5.
look like a brodozer.
The brodozer.
Oh, jeez.
Jeff Bridges in his brodozer.
Engage camping mode.
I think this movie will be cool. I hope it will be cool. It looks cool.
now I kind of want to go
no.
just to see how campy it's going to be.
We got to see the other two though to know.
No, I don't think I do. I think I know
Mitch
enough.
is gonna be like,
You
"What's
didn't-
happening?"
You didn't really need to see the
There was
first
two
one.
movies.
Explain nothing.
You didn't really need to see the first one from like 1984
No. No, you
understand Tron Legacy.
didn't. Just watch
Like,
Legacy.
they just kind of were like explained everything.
It's pretty cool world building, but yeah, I mean, some of it's kind of hard to understand.
If you like Jeff Bridges, you'll like Tron Legacy.
You like Jeff Bridges? Of course you like Jeff Bridges. Who the hell don't?
9 Inch Nails will be doing the soundtrack. So
Holy
now
shit.
I will say this. I will say I really don't know any of their work. Sorry, but
I do,
Oh, I
unfortunately.
do.
Closer?
huh?
You don't know
Closer?
Closer?
How's it go?
He also did the he also had a couple of songs in The Highwaymen, that movie.
In the what?
The Highwaymen. He also did the theme to The Social Network. He did all that stuff.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor is a phenomenal musician.
Oh, well,
Very.
He did the
Yeah.
opening theme to Seven?
He
Yeah.
might have, yeah.
Back in the day.
He does a lot of good work. I just
Yeah.
like. I don't
So
like
if his
listening to
bandmates
Nine Inch
get out of
Nails
the
anymore
way,
'cause I'm not a
he
13
just
year old.
focuses. It should be
There's
pretty
no
good.
bandmates, It's
Oh, it's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
He's kind of like
He's talented. He really
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen stuff where he's just on stage using a synthesizer, but then he's also got a whole band when he does the like Closer song and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Well, then why were you guys bummed with 9 Inch Nails?
Because he's really good, and it's just
'Cause
Oh.
Now he really wants to see Ares.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
Before he could live without it, now he's like,
yeah. Now I have to see.
See, I didn't know it was
But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm
sarcasm.
probably just going to download the album,
Oh.
like the soundtrack on
All right.
Apple Music and just...
Let's just
Um,
have that play in the
enjoy it.
background.
If
of the
you
next-
if you guys don't see Legacy, listen to the soundtrack at least. Daft Punk did it. It's amazing.
Oh, the soundtrack.
It's more memorable than the
Amazing.
film. So
okay,
I'm down
Totally
with
check
I
it out.
I love
Sold.
a good musical score
yes,
to a motion picture.
yes.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna illegally download it.
Pirate
Pirate Bay or
Pirate
something.
it right now.
I'll take that
Hold
out.
on, let me go to my Napster account.
I can't post this. What's
you got
going on?
Kazaa.
Oh my god, I've not thought of Kazaa in a long time.
Not gonna LimeWire.
Oh,
Ugh.
Do you want a virus on your computer? Too bad. You got one now.
I remember getting a call. I was like at my dad's, and my stepdad called me because I was burning like lots of music. I had a great library built, you
Mhm.
know. He's like, I just downloaded all your music, or I deleted all your music because the government, they're gonna like sue you for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm just like,
$25,000.
all right.
a download.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I went my dream. Oh well, I still got the
Thanks,
CDs.
Metallica.
So. Well, it's just one of them, right?
No, I don't care. Fucking suck 'em.
Hey, buy my CD.
Ma'am,
God, that was horrible.
ma'am, I knew your son. Believe me, he was better off on the drugs. At least when he was smoking hashish, he used to make me laugh occasionally.
Speaking of that, have you seen Motley Crue? Song called "Too Fast for Love," and when he sings it, it sounds like "Too Fat for Love." People are calling him Vince Meal now.
Dude, have you? I think I've shared this to the group. He doesn't even sing anymore.
No,
He's
he
like,
doesn't.
he's just like,
Yeah. It's terrible. You got to listen to it. It's absolutely
By
hilarious.
the way, that was not me directly like saying that to Metallica. That was a quote from Little Nicky, but I just thought it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See, I haven't seen that for a
Anyway.
long time. Yeah.
But no, they were better off when they were drinking and smoking and
Alcoholica.
yeah.
Well,
Metallica.
Aerosmith tried it and they went off the rails. So
Well,
even at least Steven Tyler did.
you know what surprised me about Motley Crue? They're actually still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they just had a concert here at the fair,
They
I think,
did.
and it was cut short because of storms, right?
Yeah. He was
Yeah. They
from
played
every.
for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And Vince Neil's like, thank God.
Give me my inhaler.
Oh, Jesus.
No, he said, give me a turkey leg. Want the
Deep fry
donut?
my IV bag.
Oh, the donuts were good.
Oh yeah.
Those donuts were good.
The
And then
flamingo
the,
donuts or
I
whatever.
had the lobster corn dog.
Was that
Oh, my
good?
God, it was so good.
Oh.
We tried the bake. We tried the bake. Stood in line for 15 minutes for these because there was a line to buy a ticket and then a line to get your food. But the bacon cheeseburger egg rolls,
Yeah.
those were so fucking good.
That one.
Worth the wait.
That one, I
Yeah.
think, best food. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
How are the party balls?
they can suck my party balls.
That's what they're called, right? Party
Yeah.
balls?
Yes,
party
they're,
balls.
They weren't good?
They're fucking disgusting.
Really?
Yes.
What's
Have
a
you-
party ball?
So
I mean, I know it has to do with party
It's-
dip.
I
Yeah.
I didn't know like
Only people in Iowa kind of know what we're talking
Yeah.
about there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know what it was going to entail, but so it's like a ball of like those frozen hash browns you get with like the peppers in them.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
potatoes
Yeah.
O'Brien, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
like coated in potato chips and then drizzled with like a little tiny bit of the party dip,
Oh,
but the one,
Weak.
yeah, I know.
That sounds
Have
disgusting.
if you've ever tried to like coat anything in potato chips and deep fry it, they get soggy as shit.
Yep.
yeah.
And then when you leave them to sit out on a baking tray and don't keep them warm, they taste even worse.
Mm.
Ugh.
So,
What about the peanut butter and jelly deep fried?
oh my god,
That's just an Uncrustable, right?
it's an
Well,
uncrustable,
yeah.
an uncrustable, dipped in waffle batter and deep fried,
Oh,
and then and then with like strawberry syrup and like powdered sugar on it. So it was like a funnel cake.
Clear. Dee.
Oh my god,
feel my diabetes
I
talking.
know.
no kidding,
I want that. I'm gonna make that at home.
dude. Yeah,
Let me know how that turns out.
There should be stock footage of the Iowa State Fair, and you just hear a heart beating. It just targets you out of shape people like. Yeah, I wanted to go so bad for the food and stuff, but just didn't make it. So I'll try it next year. But those donuts did look good. You're talking about the old fashioned donuts they made, or they're glazed, right?
Yeah. It
Oh my God.
What's the name of that?
Yeah, it was like flamingos in the.
Oh, those
baby
look good.
blue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was over by the food
yeah,
midway area.
Yeah. I can't remember what the name of the place was. But
I
nice.
got my yardstick though.
Got
Happy
your-
about that. Got my yardstick.
Was the register there?
Oh, always.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got an umbrella there once for signing up for
Yeah.
paper. I never read.
That damn umbrella though, that is
Yeah, it was
sassy.
pretty cool until it
Oh
broke.
yeah.
Yeah.
the only thing
Uh.
I got was the beer cup from the 23 degrees place that had the chip at the bottom, and then you basically don't have to wait in line to buy a beer. You take it
Yeah.
up and you pre-buy your
yeah, you
beers,
can, like-
and then you just take it up
What?
and it'll fill the cup up for you.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet deal, and because there's like 20 beers to choose from.
Yeah, yeah.
But then it's like after every third beer, you have to like go up to see the clerk, and it's like some sort of like sobriety check. Just make sure you're not like, super fucked up. And so like
How many fingers?
my wife and I go up there like, our beer's not working. She's just like, oh yeah, here you go. There you go. I got another beer on this cup. It's not working.
You're drinking from the bottom,
Yeah.
sir. Oh yeah.
So but yeah, that's a cool deal.
Ah shit.
I like that. And you could load like it was like 3 beers, 6 beers. You could load like fucking 24 beers in this thing for like $180.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And but it carries over to like next year too.
Oh,
And
that's
it's
even
like, you're not-
better.
or like all fair long in the
Yeah.
next year, so you don't have to drink,
Damn.
all 24 beers in that.
I mean, it sounds like a challenge to me.
you can only refill it every 20 minutes. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician.
can't
That would
just,
be
like,
terrible.
Every 20 minutes?
Ding,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
by that point, my beer's warm.
I'll ask for
No,
ice.
the cup keeps it cold.
Oh, even better then.
Yeah.
Speaking of incredible,
Yes.
Incredibles 3, guys. It's in the works.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sam Jackson returning?
Probably. It's
Hey,
Sam
my
Jackson.
Subaru.
He's in everything. So
That's true.
Yeah.
but yeah, Brad Bird's developing it, so
Perfect.
yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
wait.
been since I think 2018, the last one. I
don't think
liked the
saw
last
second
one. You
There
didn't see the
was-
second one? You named your
Mm-mm.
kid after Dash, didn't you?
No, he's named after Dashiell Fairborn.
Are you
The-
shitting me? I
yeah,
always thought it
G.I.
was Dash. Oh, I should have known G.I. Joe
It is
involved.
Dash. It's Dashiell is his full first name.
Dash
Well, I
was
mean,
his
I thought
first
it was
name,
from
Dash Robert
Incredibles
Robert.
for some reason. I don't
No,
know. Yeah.
Which is good too because he is not fast. Disappointing.
Oh.
Ah, shit.
Hallelujah.
That's why I said I saw him run. Ah, shit.
Not today.
No, he's named after Flint.
Oh,
G.I. Joe guy.
okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Anyway, moving on.
Gotcha.
Jesus.
He's not fast.
That's true.
Oh,
I
man.
love you, son.
Yeah.
Happy
But you
Father's
don't
Day.
run
thing-
like the wind blows.
Good thing we're in-
Oh, God. Oh. Well, speaking of running, Daredevil, he can sure run, right?
Yeah.
He's about to be born again.
Oh.
But I'm
Oh.
Where's your fucking cricket machine at when you
Yeah, I know.
I know. I keep forgetting to bring that back. Oh, anyway.
Soundboard.
We should just take like all these little one-liners that Josh just points at the camera with and call them Josh's bangers.
I don't even. Was he even pointing at a camera at that?
I was.
Oh,
was.
I thought you were like.
Like zoom
like
zoom
a
in on him
bill.
with like the flash effect or like the line effect. And
It's about to be
like,
full. Yeah.
His finger has to follow. It's like, oh, there you are.
Cut to a baby being born, like, ooh!
That's kind of how Daredevil walks. I mean, it's just not just three.
Anyway, we all like the Daredevil series, right?
Yeah.
No,
Netflix.
it was
It was
fantastic.
awesome,
It
right?
was super
Yeah.
duper.
Yeah, ended on a high note for most part. Yeah, back in 2018. So Charlie Cox, he thought, that was it. And then Vincent D'Onofrio was like, oh, they'll call us back, and of course they did eventually. And, we all know now that Daredevil was in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep.
And
Yep.
probably the best part of She-Hulk to me, although it was very comical version of Deadpool. Or Deadpool. Daredevil.
Yeah.
My
But-
favorite part of She-Hulk was the Emo Blonsky's villain support.
Yes.
See, I still haven't seen
That's
that
hilarious.
series.
There were some good qualities.
I
but
enjoyed that series more than probably anybody else.
I just didn't like the last episode. I just
No, it was
thought-
kind of it was
it's like, we don't want to write today. Let's just
it was kind of a cheap, easy way out.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
For lack
Yeah.
of a better term. But
Yeah. So D23 released a trailer, and of course, thankfully, they had creative changes with what they were doing with the Born Again series. They shot like half of it, and we probably did cover this before, but
Yeah, like,
they
went back
decided
and
to
went back.
scrap it,
Yeah.
and so they brought everyone back. So the whole cast from there. Yeah, I was saying it right.
Daredevil.
Daredevil. Every time I say Daredevil, I'm gonna put that in there. Born Again.
But just make sure you change directions every time.
yeah.
I don't have a camera in every direction. That's the problem. We'll do it live. Yeah. No, but so yeah, we got the whole cast back now, and there's been set images. Bullseye's actually got a costume now. It's
perfect.
cool.
Sweet.
It's almost like the one from the comics.
And Bernthal's back as Punisher.
Oh,
Yes.
Hell
Yes.
yes.
That was aside
Thank
from
you.
Daredevil. That was the other best series.
Oh, yeah.
I never did see the season 2 though. Was
It was
that
good.
Was it good? Just as good, or
It's good.
I liked it just as much.
yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
There's that scene. There's that scene in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
That
What,
thing's
season
fucking
2?
Brutal. Yeah, it's in season 2.
Okay. The jail scene was brutal in the first season.
No, that was in Daredevil.
Oh shit! See,
Oh,
I get
that's
all
the one
mixed
where
up.
I
Yeah.
thought that was the prison scene where he's like trying to fight his way out.
Yeah, that's in Daredevil.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I'm talking
Wow.
about where he goes into this this gym where these guys are like working out and
Mm.
has to bust some heads.
Nice.
I should check that out. Except it's probably no longer on Netflix, is it?
It's on Disney.
It's
Plus.
on
Disney
Is it on
Plus.
Disney
Yeah.
Plus? Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm excited about this series.
I am
Like
too.
all these people coming back, it's just
Charlie
it's just
Cox,
right.
man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Such a good Daredevil.
And I think it's just like
Yeah, I
very
said Ben
low,
Affleck. What?
very low percentage like reboot. Like it still I think honors what we've seen before, but you don't
Mhm.
really need to know everything that took place. I guess so. We'll see what
Marvel
that
had
means.
some pretty heavy involvement in the Netflix series.
I think they
anyway,
did, yeah,
didn't
until Disney
Yeah.
Plus and
So
all that
they-
shit. Yeah.
they? So it's probably a pretty easy.
Yeah.
transition.
Well, in fact, I don't think Disney bought them quite yet because Avengers I think came out and then they did Daredevil, but I think Paramount was still throwing out the Marvel
'cause they-
films.
Yeah, they mention like the Battle of New
Yes.
York
Yep.
in the Netflix series.
Yep. I love the artwork of the opening. Like,
Oh, I hope they
credits.
bring that back.
Yes.
The minute they did that, I was like, oh, I want a Punisher like this, And,
Yeah.
I don't recall the Punisher intro. It probably wasn't like that, but
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember either.
it was well done. So
The
yeah.
Punisher intro was cool. It had like the bullets falling and
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They were very James Bond esque.
Mhm.
Which I thought
Yeah.
was
Oh, that's
pretty
cool.
sweet.
That's perfect. Yeah. Like shout out to Raven, who does our theme song. He actually said maybe something controversial. You guys might agree or disagree with, but he said Thomas Jane's better.
I disagree.
It was the
I-
first time that we got besides Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah.
Thomas Jane was not the bad part of that movie. It was
No.
John Travolta.
Oh Jesus.
Oh.
Yes.
John Travolta was the bad part of the movie. Thomas Jane, I thought was a fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I would have liked to have seen him continue, but then Ray Stevenson, I thought was like really good.
Oh, I forgot about Ray.
Yeah.
See, I didn't see
Yeah,
that one.
R.I.P. Yeah.
I thought he was a really cool Punisher. more so than Thomas Jane.
He had the correct suit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was to list out my Punishers in order from top to bottom,
hmm
it would Thomas Jane would be at the bottom.
Have you ever seen the short that Thomas Jane did?
Dirty
it was-
Laundry.
yeah,
That
Dirty
one was
Laundry.
good.
Yeah.
That was I mean, it was. He didn't even wear the shirt. He just
Yep.
was getting his laundry done.
Ron Perlman was in
That was
that.
like post the first movie when they were trying to do a second. They were trying to like.
Was
do a
it, or
second
was
one.
it the second one, and then they made a third one, or they made Dirty Laundry?
I think Dirty Laundry came after
The
Punisher Warzone.
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah.
come after?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just a
'Cause
it
it
was
was
just a
but-
I thought
con
it came
thing or
before, 'cause
something.
I thought it was them trying to get something like Warzone.
Well, it
to
was
remake
like-
it.
Eddie Shankar who does the like bootleg universe.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like an official,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
release.
it's like a
by the
fan, but
studio or
it's
something.
Thomas
Yeah,
Jane
it
like
was-
wrote it. I
it was-
think. Yeah.
Was
It
the
was
same
still
person
really
that did,
good.
like,
Yeah.
Batman versus the Predator.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about. I mean, it's its own thing,
Yeah.
but
There's
yeah,
been a
it's
couple
probably
shorts that are really, really
yeah. I don't know if they really tried to launch a movie off of it or not, or just they just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I think Thomas Jane still liked the character. Yeah, he was good, but I think Barenthal's done a great
Yeah, I
job.
think-
I like
When they
Barenthal's-
cast him, I was like,
Barenthal's my
oh
top.
yeah, because I was like, why? I didn't even think about him.
just
yeah.
because of like having a military background
yeah,
and kind of seeing like that whole like kind of PTSD. Not, I don't know if you'd really call it PTSD,
Yeah.
but that kind of like trauma and everything like that
Yeah.
that Bernthal brings to it
Yeah.
yeah.
is phenomenal to me.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I do like Thomas Jane for what we had because
yeah.
he still made a good Punisher, but I agree.
They're all stepping stones,
Travolta-
to get to a
killed
Travolta
it.
ruined that movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
His
He
twin sons were more interesting than
Couldn't
his
get out of his own
character.
way.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Yeah. So,
and I love like some of the the fight scene with the Russian.
oh, dude, that's memorable.
Some of that
That
stuff was like
was
right
so
out
good.
of the comics series.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Garth Ennis was writing, around that right before that time, and so many of those scenes were so freaking cool. I have the song downloaded, the one that
the
guy
dude sings
plays
in the
on
diner.
guitar.
Yeah.
hmm
Yep.
I
So
do
I
like.
was like, dude, that song's badass.
Yeah,
You're like, this guy's gonna be one of those characters that just sticks around. Like the next scene, he gets killed
Yeah.
right.
quickly. Yeah, no, that was really good. I love that Russian scene's great for not just the action part, but his neighbors.
Mhm.
John Panette, the late John Panette, he was a great comedian. The big guy,
Yeah,
Um,
Bumpo.
yeah, like that whole dynamic was great. And then the dude getting his piercings yanked out, like,
That's
ugh.
Ben Foster, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that was Ben Foster. Yeah.
Who that puts him in how many different
Oh
Marvel
shoot,
movies
that's
now?
right. Yeah.
Because he was
He was
Archangel.
Angel.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. After that, he was. Yeah.
I thought he was in another one too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I thought he was too. I can't remember.
Ben
Which one
Foster's
now.
good shit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rebecca
He's a
Romaine.
badass. Did
Yeah.
you ever see Lone Survivor with
Yes.
Wahlberg?
Yes.
Oh my god, Ben Foster's a badass in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one
I mean,
of
they
the.
all are, but Ben
Yeah.
He's like
Foster
Tom
is-
Hardy, kind of, isn't he? Like he can really bring it, like be rugged and stuff, but then he can
Yeah,
also
but
clean
without
up a
the-
little bit.
without the muddled accent.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
Yeah.
of course. So this next thing looks really good to me. It's Saturday night trailer dropped, and
Yes.
this is like based off the 1975 premiere. It's like I guess going to be 90 minutes countdown before their first show, and like everything's just chaotic. With not just the cast, but Lorne Michaels, the
Mhm.
producers. You got veteran guys, and Lorne Michaels like this kid practically. I think he's in his 20s in this film, but
Yeah.
what'd you guys think of this trailer? It's kind of very Aaron Sorkin-esque a
Yeah.
little bit too.
Yeah, it does remind me of
Mhm.
that, and I
Yep.
liked it.
Yeah.
I showed, and it's funny because I saw it, and then I was like, "Oh, the trailer's so good," and then I was excited to show my wife, and she's like, "Eh," and I was like,
Yeah.
This movie looks so good."
Well, it just came out of nowhere too, because like I didn't even know it was being made,
Yeah.
and I mean it makes sense to do something like that, and
Yeah.
it's going to be definitely interesting in that time period where they stole a lot of Mad TV, actors and stuff like that.
Yep.
I wonder if they're going to delve into that. I wonder how far they're going to get into it.
National Lampoon too. I think they
yeah.
took a lot of writers from
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was just like I guess just the perfect storm, right? Or how do you say it? Just magic in a bottle? Is that how you
Lightning
say
in
it?
a
Lightning.
bottle.
Lightning
Yeah.
in a bottle, Jesus.
I
didn't know
apologize.
this,
Not
Josh.
Mad
You see that?
TV.
I'm the
God,
foreigner
it
here.
came out in
Magic,
the 90s.
magic is in the lamp.
Yes.
Lightning is in the
yes.
bottle.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I need to brush up on that. But yeah, no, it was like everything was just happening just right for this to come together. And
Yeah.
it could have been a shit show. We obviously know 49 years later it wasn't.
Yeah.
No, I mean
Yeah.
it's had its lulls. It wasn't
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
long. I mean, look at how many shows came on and tried to be the next SNL. And, you know,
Yeah.
Mad TV had its highs.
We got some good people out of Mad TV.
But no one's
Yeah.
lasted as long. None of them has lasted as long as
In
SNL.
Living Color.
in Living
Yeah.
Color.
And I
was
love-
another good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last
Yeah.
season sucked, though, because the Waynes were out of there. Just like the Scary
I don't-
Movie
Yeah.
franchise.
I don't remember the last season.
It
Honestly,
was right before
I don't
Jim
think
Carrey
I-
took off. Right before.
Oh,
Yeah.
So he would have been gone too, and
Yeah.
then that would have really tanked. But yeah, this looks great. Great, huge cast. I mean, I could list them, but it'll be like 2 hours probably. But some standouts, of course. One of them is Corey Michael Smith. He was the Riddler on Gotham.
Mhm.
As Chevy Chase, he's playing.
he sounds just like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Does.
yeah.
Like when I was first watching, I was like, "Man, this sounds just like Chevy Chase."
yeah.
He's doing a really good job. Yeah, and I love his line, of course, when he trips over
Yeah.
his feet, or he tripped over his drum or something. I
Yeah.
tripped on my penis or something like that. Just, yeah. And then you got Gabriel LaBelle. He played the young Steven Spielberg in The Fablemans. He's playing Lorne Michaels.
Okay.
Oh,
He looks very intense in that last shot where he's like, by the camera. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
got that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost kind of like serial killer looking, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
still, I think good casting. All of it looks like great casting. Like it looks like it could be really fun. I hope so. I hope it.
Mhm.
It's directed by Jason Reitman, who's the son of Ivan Reitman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghostbusters
Juno.
Afterlife.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And then you got Matt Wood, who's playing John Belushi from The Grave. I mean, Jesus, that guy
That
looks
looks really
just
close.
like Belushi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got Matthew Rice, I think that's how you say his name. He's playing George Carlin.
Oh, wow.
Jim Henson, I don't know the actor playing him, but that was a fun line.
Yeah.
And then you got J.K. Simmons playing Milton Berle, who is the worst host they all say pretty much ever on that show. So
No,
I don't.
Steven Seagal was
Yeah, that could be.
by far.
Yeah, of course, there was a whole new staff too, but
Fat Steven Seagal.
No, we're
Or,
talking
like-
skinny Steven Seagal.
he's
There
get,
was-
Prime.
he was getting her though. He was starting to
He never
fill up
under-
a little bit.
so
but
there's who is it?
on
Bob
Deadly
Odenkirk
Ground, Steven
was-
Seagal was.
Yeah, so Bob Odenkirk was talking about like,
Yeah.
how they
yeah.
they'd write something and it was self-deprecating. And one thing that you don't know about Steven Seagal is he hates self-deprecating humor. He doesn't understand it. So they wrote a Hans and Franz skit where they had to rewrite it into now Steven Seagal is stronger than Arnold Schwarzenegger. And as they pull him aside to say, "Are you okay with this skit?" He goes, "I just wish Arnold was here so I could kick his ass." And then there's like one skit where he gets into this room with Rob Schneider and he's the making the copy
Yeah,
and all that stuff.
yeah.
And he just beats everybody up. And then after that, he goes and points to the TV and says, "This is why global warming's happening," and then just steps off. It just
Go
like-
see on Deadly Ground in theaters.
oh yeah, if
Yeah.
you can find the Steven Seagal, just watch it. It's absolutely cringeworthy,
my
hilarious.
He sang a song in that film, I think, too. He was really into that, like, I'm a Native American.
He
He's
doesn't know
not
what
at all a
nationality
Native
he
American.
is. He
No.
thinks he's
Nobody, I
Russian.
don't think anybody knows.
No, and then he said he was left on a church doorstep
He's
or
an
something
enigma.
like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they've had some. I've watched a few of those YouTube videos. Like, they have all the worst hosts put together and stuff. So it's going to be really interesting how, because this is only supposed to be like their first night. Well, Milton Berle didn't host. George Carlin was the first host. And then, every week they have a new host, I think.
Mhm.
So Milton Berle came later on. So I don't know how they're incorporating all these people.
It
but
might be where they're like, they've got George Carlin lined up to host that night, and then they're
Maybe.
in talks with Martin Burrell to
Oh,
host
that
the
could
next
be.
week,
Maybe,
and
could
he's
be.
like,
Yeah, it could be. But yeah, it looks really fun. October 11th, this is coming out. So I hope it's good, man. I really
too.
do. It's one
I
of
think
those like
it looks good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
looks solid.
looks like it could be really fun.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, they cast pretty damn good. I
I
think.
do like that, like you said, like the Sorkin style or almost
Right.
Mamet style
Mhm.
Yeah.
dialogue.
Right.
So I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Well, who
good.
doesn't like classic SNL anyway? I mean, there's,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they did poke fun at a lot of like the issues of the time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that might date it a little bit.
President
but-
Ford, like Chevy Chase is still like, recovering from all those. He has had surgeries just doing the pratfalls. That's what he did,
Yeah.
though. But you know, every time he was like on a ladder. I mean, he's doing shit like you were like you wouldn't do. You know,
Yeah.
it's just all for entertainment purposes, and like we talked about before, because you asked if I think it was you, Mitch.
Yeah, I thought Bill Murray was in the first season, but I guess he wasn't.
No, to my knowledge, he wasn't. Chevy Chase was there the first year, and then when he left, they needed, you know, they just bring on more people. So I think Murray's later on, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they'll do a sequel.
Be
The
interesting if
next
they
year.
wanna-
92
Yeah.
minutes. No.
Yeah, right, right. All that said, we get into reviews and recommendations. So that's cool, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Alien Romulus on Tuesday. I'm a really big fan of the director who did like Don't Breathe and the Evil Dead
Yeah.
movie, the most recent one of those. And so you know, I was really looking forward to it. I really like the franchise. I thought Prometheus and Covenant were good, especially upon like additional viewings.
Yeah.
They got better for me.
Mhm.
And so, but this one, I liked it. I thought it was good. It was it takes place between Alien and Aliens
Mm.
in the timeline. And what was cool is the technology that they use is very much out
Awesome.
of like Alien or
Oh,
Alien.
cool.
So it's kind of that retro
Retro
future
80s, yeah.
It's like what they did with
technology.
Blade Runner 2049. They
Yes.
just kept
Yeah.
it analog or
It's
whatever.
very analog.
Yes,
the,
yes.
The noises, the beeps, the dots, the
Love it.
dashes, the
That makes it feel real to me.
It does.
Yeah,
I like
it-
when
it
they go
totally
back. Yeah.
added a sense of realism
Yeah.
to it. The aliens were cool. The facehuggers were creepy as always. I thought the cast did a really good job. The music was and I mean this in a good way, it was like disconcerting.
Yeah.
Like it kind of got to you a little bit. Because there was times where I was like, is that the music or is that just like a sound that's actually happening?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Because there was times where I couldn't tell the difference. And again, I mean that
Yeah.
as a positive.
Sure.
It did tread, you know, it didn't break a lot of new ground. It did tread quite a bit. I think they tried to kind of weave in or drop Easter eggs from all of the different franchises a little bit,
Mhm.
and that might have been not the best. I mean, they could have done away or lost some of that. But yeah, if you like the Alien movies, it's probably I would say is like, you know, if I was to make a list,
Mhm.
I'd probably put it behind, you know, you got Alien, Aliens. I'd say maybe then Prometheus and Covenant, and then this one would kind of be right around there.
Nice.
Resurrection's still at the very bottom.
Okay, I was
Oh,
going to ask you what
absolutely.
your least favorite was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Resurrection was.
I've
hot
heard
garbage.
3's got a great,
see.
different cut to it. Alien 3 does.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I mean, I think it wouldn't be a different cut. It should be a totally different movie if it's
Yeah.
like what.
I mean, it might
Fincher
be.
actually
It
wanted
might
to
be one
do.
of those where they kind of
Yeah.
you know.
See, the thing I like on repeated, like I actually just rewatched all the Alien movies, like because I plan on going to see Romulus.
Yeah.
The thing I liked about the first one is that it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
The second one's more of an action movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
But I always like that feel of like, kind of like you were talking about with the music and stuff like that. You know, there's always kind of like that. Is that something? Is that like a floorboard creaking, or is that the
Yeah.
alien about to
Yeah.
eviscerate
Yeah.
somebody?
Yeah.
So I always kind of like that, and that's the Alien Isolation game that I was playing on my channel.
Oh shit.
Like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's very much like Alien One. Like
Yeah.
there's no like action. You have a gun, but like you might as well flush it down the toilet or something because it's not
Yeah.
going to save you.
Did you ever play like the Alien versus Predator game? You could
Yes.
play as the alien or as the Predator or as the
Oh,
Colonial
yeah.
Marines.
Yes.
Who the fuck everyone that plays the Colonial Marines? Those guys get obliterated
These
every
guys that are
time.
like,
But they look cool.
Dude, I always played as the alien because you could go like on the walls, on the ceiling. You could go anywhere.
yeah.
That was a fun game. Anyway,
Where's the remake to that game? Bring that back.
I think they've done that game a few times. They remade it not too long ago, or they did a
Yeah.
version of it just a couple years ago.
I would say
It was like 10 years ago. I say a couple.
if you like
Close. though.
Alien 1, Alien Isolation is a good game.
Yeah.
And if you like Alien 2, Fireteam Elite, I think is what it's called. It's like kind of a team third-person shooter kind of
Yeah.
thing. But it's very...
Nice.
One of the things I did like about this movie over Prometheus and Covenant is it was very straightforward. Like Prometheus in particular is like sort of convoluted in a way where I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Mhm.
Like, what is
Yeah.
this guy doing in
Yeah.
the beginning? What does
Yeah,
all that have to do
yeah.
with anything?
Yeah.
I still couldn't tell you. I've seen the movie probably 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
and I still
Yeah.
really don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And this movie's a lot more straightforward.
Yeah.
And again, I mean that complimentarily. Like, so if you didn't like Alien, or if you didn't like Prometheus or Covenant, just because of how convoluted they were from a storytelling perspective,
Mhm.
this one's much different. This one is much more like Alien or Aliens that way. It's a lot simpler.
Yeah.
And I think that that's good. I think you want to keep those types of films simple anyway.
Right.
Sure.
So yeah, again, I liked it.
Cool.
If I was to give it a rating, I'd give it easily A- or a B+ rating.
Wow.
Nice. Well,
Very cool.
Prometheus was visually just beautiful.
Yeah,
like
it
the
was,
ship,
yeah.
It
you just
was,
felt
but
like it was real, you
Yeah.
know? And yeah, the story was weak and the characters were stupid. You know, a lot of them were like touching things like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
You're a scientist. You don't
The only
just
character
grab shit.
who like had any sort of sense was like Idris Elba's character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Alien at Flicks, and you probably remember. Maybe you're working there at the time. I don't know.
Was it one of those like where they
Yeah.
they show like the fan fest or
Yeah,
whatever it was?
but I hadn't seen it. I think I don't know if I got a cup, but anyway, I hadn't seen it in a long time. Never seen it on the big screen, but just that
Oh,
the
man.
opening scene of everything turning on and
Yeah.
shit, like it just all felt real. Like
I still
yeah.
watch those movies probably 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's one of those where like sometimes my wife will be like, let's fall asleep and put on Aliens, and I will watch the entire goddamn thing. Maybe like
Yeah.
3 in the morning.
Good
I've
night,
seen
good
this movie
night.
100 times,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, cannot take my eyes off.
Yeah.
Well, and who's the Latino actress?
Vasquez?
Yeah, she's not really though. The actress is like full Irish in real life, but
You're talking about the one from Aliens?
yes, like
she's
she
not even
is.
an actress anymore. She owns like a clothing boutique or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bras. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but she was John Connor's stepmom.
Yep.
Mhm.
She's been
Oh,
in a lot
yeah.
of things,
Yeah.
but man, I remember she did an interview and when she was doing that film, she was like the most in shape she ever had been. And they got her, I don't know if she's already tan, but she fooled everybody. Like you would not think that was,
Yeah.
I don't think anyway, still, but you couldn't do that now, of course. But anyway, great
Well-
character. Great visuals, and that's one I need to revisit because I haven't seen that for a long time. The only thing I hear about the new Alien film, like people don't like, is it feels like it's a cover. Like it's kind of taking moments from other films, and it's like
There's a lot of that.
robbing
That's
it,
what I said.
kind
They
of.
didn't really
Yeah,
tread a lot of new ground.
yeah,
And you always have this. It's become a trope with these Aliens and even the Predator movies to a certain extent, is where something happens and then you end up with some sort of new looking hybrid type thing,
oh sure.
and they just
Mhm.
get more and more ridiculous looking.
Yeah.
Like the one from Alien Resurrection. I mean, that shit was nightmare inducing.
Oh my god.
Like that was the
like,
best part of that
human
movie.
Alien hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the best
Yeah.
part of that movie, but we've seen that. And then they
Mhm.
did that with like Alien versus Predator Requiem, where they have kind of the Alien Predator hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this one at the end, I guess it's a little bit of a story, has something similar to that. But it's like, man, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stop it.
That does bring it down a notch
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
But it's the very end. It only lasts a couple of minutes. And I'm just like,
Well, they never brought back the Marines, right? They brought back like
They
it was like private.
the one that survived, which was Michael Bihn's
Bihn's character.
Yeah.
He dies
He
off
crash
screen.
landed
Yeah.
when they crash landed in 3. He died.
Well, he was supposed to be in 3.
Yeah.
And they kind of wrote it out.
They had a great setup, man.
Yeah. I think he was actually supposed to be the star of 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Like he was supposed to be kind of the lead in that. The pulse rifles though that they have in it, there is a version of those in this movie, and they're
okay.
pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, they're cool.
Very cool. Yeah, I don't recall the filmmaker right now, but he was trying to basically make a new 3, like it would ignore everything else, and he was going to bring Michael Biehn back. They actually did draw-ups of it, and it looked awesome.
I did not mind 3 as a movie. I mean, I like
Yeah.
David. It was like David Fincher's first
Right,
film.
which,
Yeah.
yeah.
So like there was obviously
I love
a lot
him.
for him to learn, and I liked the movie. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good cast too. Charles S. Dutton.
Oh, yeah.
They kind of went back more to like the horror.
Yeah, they did very
aspect
much
of
go
it.
back, well, because they didn't have any guns or any real way of
Yeah.
defending themselves.
Right, because it's a prisoner
Yeah.
colony or something, right?
Yeah, it was on a prison planet.
Right.
Yep. Yeah, I liked it. And then
I'm just pissed that they like completely undid all of that
with
for Resurrection.
Yeah, Resurrection was garbage, especially since there were scenes on that. I was like, I've seen the Poseidon Adventure. I know exactly. How
Is
this
that the one
goes."
where they're climbing that ladder.
Winona Ryder's in it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's got the guy in
it's
the
got the guy in the
wheelchair.
wheelchair,
Yeah,
and he's like
hanging off. He's hanging off.
Ah,
of,
shit!
He's hanging off of Ron Perlman's back.
Yes.
he falls into the
Kind of like in
water,
Hellboy when he had that creature on his back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen that.
I did like he had all the components like on his
Oh, yeah.
wheelchair to make the gun.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of.
like
It
you
is
tried,
like-
you
it-
tried to feel bad for him as
Yeah.
he's falling into the water because that's his last scene. And
Is
he
it-
makes-
But isn't the timeline like 300-400 years in the future?
Oh,
like
yeah.
they haven't
Yeah.
come up with
They get
anything.
They get
way in the
ridiculous with it.
yeah,
Like,
it's definitely like Jason X.
I remember
bad.
her making a shot.
Yeah,
She's
Yeah,
playing
oh, yeah.
basketball. Her clone
Yeah.
was playing basketball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she actually did the real shot.
like Aliens takes place like 56 years
after Alien.
after Alien.
Yeah.
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 I
Then it just starts going all crazy,
I
right?
had the timeline somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I had a thing in the timeline where it had the year everyone
Oh, wow.
takes place.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
I had the
It's probably all
I had a
messed up
thing
now
that
because I
was
don't know
like-
if they've been really canonical, right? Too much, or they've been.
I think the only ones where it's like questionable is the Alien versus Predator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
Films.
because those all take place on like modern day.
This
Oh,
took place in
right.
like 2004.
Right.
Yeah.
2006.
So they're prequels, kind of, in a way, right?
right. But
Yeah. I don't know.
they sort of undo that with Alien Covenant. Like as far as the origin of the
Yeah, and I've heard that
xenomorphs.
was the problem with Prometheus, and that like the mystery was gone. They explained where they came from and all that
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
and
With Covenant.
kinda
yeah,
wish
and
they would've
Prometheus
finished
too,
that
kind of, right?
trilogy.
Prometheus
but,
is the xenomorphs that drink that fungus or whatever, and,
And
then
then
it
it-
enters the host. And
Yeah.
then he drops the glass that gets into the water stream, and then he ends up dying, but goes into the water stream, and it's
Yeah, so
next thing you know, they're all fighting
It's
each other.
kinda like-
and-
I like what they were trying to go for
yeah,
with Prometheus, but like I don't think we really needed a movie about space Jesus.
Like I said, I think it was,
Yeah.
it was just super convoluted.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like that way, and I agree with you.
yeah.
Well, and they were going to write that actually into the movie where like it was going to be revealed that like Jesus was one of the engineers
Wow,
or something like that, and I was like,
That's
that's going to
bold.
piss some people off.
well,
Kind of like
it's-
that's kind of like
yeah.
when they made Dracula Judas in Dracula 2000.
Yes.
oh my God, really?
You remember Dracula 2000.
Yes.
They revealed
Oh
that he
my
was Judas.
God.
which is why
Spoiler.
Silver kills him is because of the
Oh,
silver.
sure.
This
and-
is
Yeah.
3 pieces of
Really?
silver.
And the,
Eh,
and
kinda
because,
interesting, but-
and that's why he doesn't like the cross, and
Oh wow!
Well,
they did a
I
that's
mean,
not
the movie was
terrible.
shitty as hell, but they did
It
a
was
fun
shit,
job.
but
bad,
it was
yeah.
fun.
That's
Tiny-
not
Yeah.
terrible. No, not at all.
Ugh.
Oh God,
Yeah, the movie wasn't good, but that was funny.
interesting.
wakes up after being hanged. Shit.
Can't
Yeah.
play peekaboo anymore.
Well, speaking of
I
Space
shouldn't say that.
Jesus,
Pastor Mike might be watching.
yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, you guys, no. Speaking
Boom.
speaking of Space
what was
Jesus, let's talk about Marvel Jesus,
Marvel.
shall we?
Yes.
Marvel Jesus.
See, you liked how I did that? Yeah,
That was a banger.
professional. We're all spoilers now, so just you've been warned. We have a spoiler-free review out there. Check that out. But we're gonna just talk. Who wants to start? Who you want to talk about?
That's the biggest thing. Channing Tatum finally got to play Gambit.
Yeah.
Who liked it?
Oh, loved it.
I loved it.
I liked it. He looked
Little too
Looked a little
too on the
bloated.
nose.
He did
Too
look a little
polished.
bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I wish they should have done. They should have at least done the eyes.
They-
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, when he did his powers, they
When
did.
it-
But,
yeah.
Right, but I mean,
Oh,
like,
you
My-
mean the?
but like in
just the
X-Men
regular
'97,
black
it's
eye-
like
red?
always what
Yeah.
black
Black
eyeball
with, like,
and
the
oh
red.
yeah,
Yeah.
contacts probably would have had to do that. But
yeah, and I do. I thought it. I liked it. I was not as giddy about that as I was to seeing like Blade walk in.
yeah,
I about like. I was like,
Yeah.
I love the fact that Blade's first words after like 20 some odd years was retarded.
Retarded.
I thought you were retired.
And I like,
Retarded.
I like when he's like, some motherfuckers still always trying to ice skate.
Yeah.
Then he goes, he's like, I
I don't like you. You
I never liked
did.
Yes,
you. You
yes.
never did.
Yeah.
You never did.
Yeah, yeah,
But,
So yeah, I thought that was cool. Jennifer Garner's Elektra was even cool.
yeah.
yeah.
I did like it when they said something about Daredevil, and she's like, he died. And he's like, oh, she's like,
See, I need to go back and see that part.
There
'cause
was
I
a
did
lot
hear
of
there
little
was like a
bits.
little jab here
there
and
was
there.
a lot of
Yeah.
little bits in
I
there like
lo-
that you could miss.
That whole scene of them in that cave, like just the little one-liners. He's like, "It's been a while since I've seen Sling Blade. Hit me again, sweetheart."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Or
Who's
whatever
your
it was.
dialect coach?
I mean,
I thought he did great, and I thought of Mitch because
I
you
mean-
know for
Oh,
years,
God.
like
Yeah, I've always been a Gambit fan, and when I saw that go live, I mean, he always said that he had the accent down, he had everything down.
he grew up in that area.
Yeah,
I guess,
so it was just
he did great.
the only thing
Yeah.
that
Does
bothered
have-
me was his hair was too neat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. I think it was a wig too, obviously,
Yeah.
because he had
But
like
once he
short
started
hair.
doing
but
the action scenes, then his hair became
the
comical.
cards, and, oh
Oh.
shit, that was so
the action
cool.
sequences with him were
Yes.
those were way better than him just standing around.
Yes.
Yeah.
You look kind of ridiculous dressed like that standing around.
True.
But when you're actually doing acrobatic shit,
Yeah.
it looks pretty badass.
Well, they didn't shy away from his look. I mean, they like
no, they went all in.
identical
Yeah.
to the comics, like
Which
the
they didn't
boots
do
and
with
everything.
Taylor Kish when he played
No.
him in that
No,
Wolverine movie.
how did you like him in that one, Origins? Were you a
No.
fan? No?
No, because it was some guy that was trying to play
Mm.
him.
You
Yeah.
could have named that guy anything,
Yeah,
and it would have been
Yeah.
Yeah,
acceptable.
well, that's just it. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like Gambit. I mean, he didn't have the accent. He didn't have the look.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He didn't have this debonair suave kind of feel to him. So
Yeah.
it felt like it could have been, like you were saying, another character.
yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
what's so great about this film is Ryan Reynolds like really gave not just second chances, but a first chance for Channing Tatum because he tried to make that movie for years, and
Yeah.
Disney bought Fox. I think that really killed any
Well, and I think
possibility.
now he's going to be in Secret Avengers.
Hopefully, I
Or,
think he's
Secret
talking.
Wars.
Well, and we were,
Yeah.
I know we were talking about like just on the chat about like X-Men who could carry a solo movie.
Yeah.
Like now,
Yeah.
Gambit is one of the few I think that could carry a solo movie.
Well, his origin is
Yeah.
just
yeah, I mean,
it's
you
solo
could focus,
written.
You could
Yeah.
Show,
focus
like, the
all
Thieves
on
Guild.
the Thieves
Yep.
Guild versus
Yeah.
the Assassins
Yep.
Guild, and
Could be like
it'd
a
cool way
third-person
to introduce,
retelling of
like,
his life.
Rogue and all these
Yeah,
other
right.
yeah.
cool characters. So
Yeah,
I think, I liked it. I think a Gambit solo movie would be pretty dope.
that's
But
what's
if
yeah.
you're gonna bring Rogue in, you got to do it right. And I don't know who the actress would be to do that.
Not
They
Anne
made her
Hathaway.
too well. They
No.
made her too young, and she was an Oscar winner, so that's probably
I have
another
seen
thing.
a really
but,
well done up like Alexandria Daddario, but that was just
Mhm.
costume only. I don't
right,
know if she could do
Yeah.
the voice. I need to hear that voice, like
Yeah.
the 90s animated voice.
like the one we have
Well-
'97 who reprised her,
Right.
her role. Yeah, that's still
The
great.
thing that sucks about that is she's like, well, doesn't really suck about it, but to get that like really practiced like Southern Belle, thing,
Yeah.
she's like 70 something.
Oh, yeah.
she's older
Yeah.
Yeah,
or whatever. But
they could dub an actress.
you,
Get a model.
I don't know, man. Like it would be
Yeah, it'd be tough.
to find somebody that can match that.
And
I don't know
yeah.
if she could if she could do the voice look wise.
Yeah.
I think that it would be somebody like oh man, what's her name?
Bonnie Raitt.
Nope. Give me a second.
She
Reese
looks like Bonnie
Witherspoon.
Raitt though.
Yeah.
The
Not Reese
gray hair.
Witherspoon, her chin protrudes too much.
Oh yeah, I think it could
Ada
cut like.
Levicki.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Lady J from GI Joe Retaliation.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Yep.
she's not doing
She's,
anything.
Again, I don't know if she can do the
the
voice, but she I think could
First officer
capture
from
the role
Morville.
really
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Yep.
That would be good.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
They'd have to enhance some features, though.
I think
I
there
don't
was a
know.
lot of
Not
fuck
around.
yeah moments for me in this movie.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Of course, as expected, a lot of funny moments like him headbutting the camera and saying "Suck it, Fox."
Yeah.
Going to Disneyland.
Yep.
I don't know
The Calvarine. It's
I
like,
love the-
that
they'll treat you
was-
better than those shitbirds down the street or
that
whatever.
was
Yeah.
so
yeah.
great. Like he looked amazing.
And he did the
the like,
arm
arm
hock
locking
he did
thing.
from the Fallout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
yeah, I think what I said
You're
after I saw it,
leaving.
I posted. I was like, that was like the most fun I'd had at the movies in a long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When
definitely.
Wolverine put on his cowl, though, I've never heard a crowd go louder.
Oh, dude,
Oh
yeah. We,
man.
Yeah.
And
I
he
think
wore
the
it
last
went
time I went.
Crazy.
The last time I was with a crowd, we went that bananas. Was literally when Captain America picked up Thor's hammer.
Oh
in
yeah.
Avengers.
Yep.
That was the last time we went like
Yeah.
bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fun experience.
Peter Poole was absolutely hilarious, though,
Oh yeah.
with the
Oh,
big old
he's
moose
great.
knuckle walking out.
He's
And
great.
then the sequence when they're blowing out the back of the bus,
Yeah.
that was straight out of the comics for me. I had an absolute kid moment when I saw it. My
Yeah.
jaw just dropped, and I couldn't believe that they did that.
Yeah.
And Cassandra Nova was such a good villain.
She was
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Yeah.
That
And the whole,
actress
like,
kicked
there were,
ass.
Like, parts of that were taken like right out of the comic book. Like when she like reaches her
Oh
hand
yeah,
inside her head.
yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
that's in Like,
Yeah.
that is in the new X-Men or the comic series. And it
Because
is
she didn't just like
creepy.
when she's messing with somebody's mind in the comics, she doesn't go like
Yeah.
you know like Professor
No.
Xavier does. She's like,
Yeah.
But I like how she has fun with it too. Like, she
Yeah.
has fun
Oh,
with the
yeah.
characters.
Emma Corrin, man,
Yeah.
she
Yep.
did great. She actually shaved her head for the role. Like
Yep.
she was,
Yeah.
She wanted to bulk up
Perfect.
too, and they told her no.
yeah,
I liked her.
she,
Like,
she
I
was
liked her in that
perfect.
build.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's almost very unassuming
Yeah.
yeah,
when she's petite.
Yes.
Mhm.
And bald and
Yes.
and then she fucks your head all up.
Well,
Or she rips your skin off.
poor Johnny
That
Storm.
was one of my favorite parts
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Is when he's like, he's gonna say it,
Yes.
and then he's like, flame on. He's like, oh.
Oh.
He's
I
like,
knew because it was so secret. Like, okay, I think this is Johnny Storm, and yeah.
Although
that
I
was
will say
awesome.
the Wolverine in the brown and yellow suit,
with the Hulk,
that
was just
cool.
hoping that we were gonna get the cowl on there,
yeah.
where he'd have the claws come out.
you wouldn't have
and
that
then
moment though. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
I
It did
I thought the
preserve it.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the
that's
same, but I'm
true.
like, you won't have that moment at the end because that man had just paid all out, and then he wore it longer than I thought. I mean,
Yeah.
practically everything is chest ripped off or his
Yeah.
suit, and then he still
Yeah.
had the mask on. Like he wore it.
The
He
one that
looked
made
so
me
cool.
laugh a whole bunch was comic accurate Wolverine.
Yes.
The 5'3".
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He hops down. He's like, "Hey there, little guy."
Yeah.
yeah. When he gets down from the stool, like, oh hey,
And then Patch.
Yep.
I want
Patch was
I
cool
want
as
to see a
hell.
fucking movie with that guy.
See, I
No
thought Patch
kidding.
was going to be playing with Gambit, and that's the only thing that I thought.
yeah, I
we were
heard
gonna see Gambit in.
that too. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that didn't end up being the case.
And then,
we did not see. So there was always the rumors about the Harry Potter kid.
oh, yeah,
Radcliffe.
We didn't
Radcliffe,
see
yeah.
Radcliffe Wolverine.
I always heard Jean Grey was coming back, Cyclops was coming back, and Storm.
There was a lot of things that were like said towards the
Yeah.
beginning, but didn't happen. Like
Yeah.
Mobius wasn't in it.
Yep.
Owen Wilson's character.
They wanted
I'm
so
looking.
many, and they had to like back off a little bit because they had, they had Blade and
Right.
everything else. But yeah, they had a huge list, and
It is one of those where you could, if you had too much, it would be too much.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
done just right.
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
the Sabretooth battle.
Yeah.
Obviously, that was short and sweet, kind of. But
Yep.
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh, I want to see him fight." Like, go watch X-Men. They fight on top
Yeah.
of the Statue of Liberty. How do you?
Yeah, that fight sucked.
It did.
The choreography. For
I
the,
want-
Well, yeah,
the,
but
the
they
choreography in X-Men
still,
was so lame.
they still, yeah,
I'm going to do a shameless plug real quick. This is something I talked about in the review I did for it on
Sure.
Billy Creston's channel. But what I've always wanted to see in film form is a knockdown, drag out, bloody fight between Wolverine and Sabretooth. And I'm not counting the one from Origins because
I was gonna say Origins. Yeah, it's a variant.
But no, like they
The Tyler
They
Mane one, it was just too quick.
eviscerate the shit out of each other
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
comics
Yeah,
because they can both heal. There's no kind of like when
yeah,
Wolverine and Deadpool are fighting. It's like
Yeah.
know they
Right.
can heal, so they're gonna
right.
beat the crap out of each other. And I was really excited because I was a huge fan of Tyler Mane's Sabretooth.
Yeah, and he looks great still.
He does.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like
I know.
that's the only part of it I didn't like. But
I think they also did that because you didn't expect it to be so quick.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Right.
but yeah, I get it. Yeah, I know. I
Well,
know.
kind of a callback to Origins, like I'm going to cut your head off, see if that works. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yep.
yeah,
Do you think the Honda Odyssey is selling more now or less?
oh, the
Oh,
Honda
God.
Honda Odyssey fucks hard.
Dude, I was laughing so hard at that when it's their breather break. And he's
Yeah.
like, the Honda Odyssey fucks hard. And then,
It's like
It's the hero vehicle too.
it is, yeah.
Blade like got the Punisher's cannon or something he used from it. Like that's a deep
Yeah.
pull. Like shit.
they did have the Fantastic Car in this movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean they had a lot of things you just
That was real-
blink and you miss it kind of.
It's one of
yeah.
those movies like to catch all. I think
Yeah.
either to catch all the
Rewatchability
Easter
is
eggs,
high.
You have
Yeah.
to sit through a Screen Rant video, which who wants to do that,
Yeah.
or go and like watch it
Yeah.
multiple times.
Yeah.
I need it.
Break
I
the
would see it
fourth wall,
again.
Too, the proposal.
Bitch, is that what you think I do?
So how long does it take you to heal? Healing factor. What? You
That
really
was
are
hilarious.
God's
I think I'm
perfect idiot.
hit. It's just-
It's like,
I love the swords though, because
Oh,
those
yeah.
were vibranium, weren't they? Or no?
Yeah, no,
They're
they were
adamantium.
Adamantium.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yep. And then he
Vibranium's
got
too
the
heavy.
guns at the
Yeah.
end.
like the golden
The gold,
pistoleros.
Yeah.
Desert Eagles.
How about the wizard though when he's putting on the new Deadpool suit and he like hugs his, like he
Like,
slaps his butt.
slaps
a
his
bunch of
butt and
times?
cut.
That
crushes
was
him.
like a nod at Disney, I heard. like
Oh,
kind
was
of
it?
like how.
But I love how they do it like
It's
3
he's
times, and the
possibly a
last one's
predator.
I like how Disney executives were like, like no doing cocaine, and so they
Yeah.
just make jokes about doing cocaine the entire
Yeah.
movie.
That's the one
Or
thing
how they
Feige said
can't
was
do
off the
cocaine.
table.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was shocked to see Blade come back. I'm happy that, because there's
They had a
rumors that
reconciliation,
I think
which was good, which
yeah,
I thought was good. But
because Trinity was a mess for many reasons, I guess, and
I just
obviously
watched that was our outdoor family movie night on Saturday. Was,
It's a it's a decent movie, but the problem is by that point he was already
Excuse
so
me.
into
Jesus.
himself that it was just like
yeah.
there was a scene where he was supposed to have his eyes open.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to do it, so then they painted eyes on his closed eyelids, and it just
well, and I think he didn't
you
like
had to refer
yeah.
to him as Blade like on set.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
he also liked
But
that.
the movie didn't suffer because he's so fucking
No.
weird.
No, it hijacks the.
Although
It's
that
like
was
he's
all
not the
for-
main character really. It's like
Yeah.
his whole team now, and I
Yeah,
get
it
it
was
because they were
an
trying to
ensemble,
spin
yeah.
off. They were trying
Yeah.
to spin them off.
Yeah.
That's what they
Yeah.
were trying to do.
Oh,
but
dude, I would have totally taken a Night Stalkers movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
Frank Drake and Hannibal King.
I always feel bad though. Jessica Biel always gets shit on with movies. You ever notice that? Like she gets somewhere and it's all
Yeah.
right, and then it's nah.
Yeah, I think
I
Didn't
liked her in Texas Chainsaw
she-
Massacre.
Well, who wouldn't? I mean,
I think that was right around the time where she was kind of starting to become big on like the CW and stuff like that,
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever it was.
Well,
well, she
ye-
tried to divert. From
She's
that,
on
so that
Seventh
was
Heaven.
yeah,
a very Christian.
Yeah.
Is that video you sent? That 7? And man, I was like, I watched that, and that was like a fucking 30-minute video or 17-minute video.
I
whatever
could.
It was.
Oh, dude,
I
I
watched
watched
that
all of
whole-
it.
I
I didn't
watched that
plan
whole
on
thing.
it.
It was
Yeah.
I really want to watch this show now. It looks fucking bananas.
Oh
Is that
my
the one
God.
where she goes, "Yeah, I have something to tell you. I've done marijuana."
Yes.
and his like head cocks, and he's
Dude, it's like ridiculousness. Like
Oh,
this
yeah.
was on TV. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it
But
was
just pointing
so
out how
funny.
ridiculous it is. I was like, man, I really want to see this show now.
oh god, it was terrible. It's
Well-
like the Hallmark Channel now.
Yeah.
It's like right up there with the Waltons.
They kept
Oh, right.
digging
Yeah,
at
yeah.
Stephen Collins because he did, he in real life exposed himself to like a 14-year-old, like he's a real pervert and
was
stuff.
that the dad?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And so they keep sneaking that in every critique of the episode. Shouldn't you be in a prison somewhere or something like that? It's funny as hell.
But the
Yeah.
crazy thing is that he was the dad in The Office. You remember? Because there's a scene where what's his face?
Stephen Collins was?
Yeah, he was in The Office for one episode.
Okay.
That
could
Oh, and then he got recast, didn't he?
No,
Or he
just didn't
got
come back.
divorced from his mom.
Oh,
That's when they sold
yeah.
the sailboat and all that
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Yeah.
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 It was super weird.
Yeah.
He's just super creepy.
It's like when James Spader joined The Office. That was odd.
I loved James Spader. in The
Did
Office.
ya?
He was my
Oh, yeah.
favorite. He was my favorite character. Robert
Yeah.
California.
Robert
Yeah.
California.
He was
then,
my favorite character.
then he sells his house and goes skinny dipping.
I don't know if this is true or not, but supposedly Ryan, after all this like Blade resurgence, and that they're having trouble making a Blade film, Ryan's like hoping for them to make like a Logan-esque Blade film for him, like a final
Oh,
like
that'd be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
yeah. I don't know if
Yeah.
it'll happen, but I don't know. Snipes has been respectful to Mahershala Ali, that project, and he was asked about
I
when
think
Ryan.
prison was humbling for Snipes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's very he's very lucky to get this part and everything, and I think yeah,
I love the dig where he's just like, and there will be one blade.
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, he was saying like Ryan called him and he was like
you
finding it
get
hard to
a-
believe that Marvel's gonna okay that, and then he's like, well, I guess yeah, I'll do it if they do it or if they wanted me to do it. So
Yeah.
It
That-
sounds like they made up a long time ago.
yeah,
That-
perhaps
Well, and
yeah,
the way that he jokingly says it is that there was never any beef.
yeah,
Which
there was,
is
but yeah,
probably a nice way of saying,
Yeah.
we've made up.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
move on.
sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
Let's stop talking about it. Kind
Yeah.
Of thing.
right,
Because it certainly did. I mean, as soon as we saw him, we were like, okay, beef's done.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
what I'm really glad about too with this movie is two things I was really glad about. One is it like bookends the Fox universe pretty well.
Yes,
Yes.
yep,
Um,
absolutely.
very much appreciated that, and
Mhm.
kind of says like, thank you for everything. We're
Yep.
here now because of you. Or,
Yes.
you're the ones that kind of launched the.
Especially the end
Awesome
credits,
shit.
that was
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
I'm also glad that Levy and Reynolds kept Feige kind of like off to
Yeah.
the side a little bit.
Yeah,
Because there was certain things they wanted them to do in this and kind of, I don't know if wokeify it's the right word, but
yeah.
like whatever her name is that plays She-Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
in the series. Like
Yeah.
she got super pissed because they did a scene with her and they cut it completely out because they're like, well, we're not really supposed to be focusing on
Yeah.
the MCU guys with this.
Right.
You know,
Right.
this is more of like
Yeah.
a Fox thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And she got all pissed and, pulled the misogynist card and all this other stuff. I'm just like, shut the fuck
Was
up.
there any? So I know we talked about some of the other supposed cameos early on, but any cameo that you wanted to see that you didn't see from one of those from the
Ooh.
Fox movies?
Ooh.
Or you could even say New Line, right? Because Blade's a New Line.
Blade was new. Yep.
Yep.
Blade was new line.
If
Right.
anything, I wouldn't have mind seeing a comic accurate Cyclops.
But not
But I
James
don't-
Marsden.
I don't know where he would have fit in that, but just seeing the suit, because
Yeah.
they did such comic accurate suits,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know
oh,
where he would
yeah.
have ever
yeah.
fit in,
That would have been
you
really
know.
cool.
But I thought I had seen like a production still, and it could have been, once they started leaking stuff, Ryan was just like, okay, I'm going to leak this much more
yeah.
fake
Wild.
bullshit, and so
But like a lot talked, like you could have seen more of the Wolverine.
I would've-
his universe. Like, but I
Yeah.
don't think you needed to see that. I think you could just, I think you saw enough in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but yeah, it would have been. I like James Marsden. I think he's aged really well, and I think he's matured as an actor, and I think if you give him a good costume, it's gonna look.
Dude, he is a riot in that. Is it the jury duty?
Oh,
show.
I've
Have you
heard
seen
about
that?
that. I haven't seen it.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, no, he's
The premise
talented. but-
is there's a guy on who gets selected for jury duty for this case.
oh, I've heard this.
Everybody is an actor,
Yeah.
except for him. He's like a real dude,
Oh
and
no.
doesn't know that all these people are interacting. And James Marsden plays like himself, but like a douchier version. I'm hoping
perfect.
a douchier version.
Yeah,
of himself.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But he is so.
Probably like Neil Patrick Harris in the Kumar
Yes.
movies,
Yeah.
or Harold and Kumar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so funny in it. You got to watch that show.
Okay.
It's a good show.
Where's it on? Where's it on?
Was it Freebie? It's like an Amazon.
Oh,
Oh, is
I
it?
think.
Oh,
I
shit.
love
So-
Freebie.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
But yeah, definitely worth the watch. It's so funny.
Not necessarily Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
Like,
There was
Ghost
talk.
Ghost
I think.
Rider.
Yeah.
No, let's talk
Love
to
to see
Ghost
Ghost
Rider.
That
Rider.
was gonna be my answer. I would have
Yeah.
wanted, and give me Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider. Fuck it,
Yeah,
I would love that.
got to see him as
I-
Superman.
yeah.
I did like
Sort of.
uh,
Oh yeah.
Some bad.
Through a filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
some of the
It's supposed to look like
background
that.
characters and stuff like that. Like
Yes, that was one of my cons about the film.
Kelly Hu actually reprised
Yeah.
her role. And
You
it's
blink
like,
and you missed her because
Yeah.
it was so far away. I thought it was another stand-in or something.
If you
God,
go-
she was
yeah.
she was great as
Yeah.
lady. Oh man, she's awesome.
but like I know Kevin Nash was like pissed that he didn't get to reprise the Russian, but the Russian's in it for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
shut up.
gets killed by
He
Gambit.
complains about everything. That's the whole reason he has his fucking podcast. But
No, yeah, I didn't think that was a big
no,
deal.
what impressed me was that the guy that played the X3 Juggernaut
Yeah,
or in Deadpool and Wolverine is a totally different actor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But he was actually like that jacked. I guess Vinnie Jones had to have like padding and shit.
yes, that's
He's-
why he
he's
didn't
the
come
guy
back.
That's why he didn't come back because he didn't want to put
Yeah.
on all the
Yeah.
makeup and stuff.
Aaron
But
Reed
like,
is that dude's name? I think.
Yeah, because he played in the game movie with
Free Guy.
Free Guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
He was
brought
actually
him
the
back.
big
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
He was the big guy in that.
he was
yeah.
he was dude
Yeah.
Yeah.
or whatever his name was.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Juggernaut was kind of disappointing because you
wanted
go
to
from Vinnie Jones and then you go from the CGI like huge and then you go
Yeah.
back to this like
But
smaller
it's
guy.
it's the Fox Juggernaut though.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
why they're not gonna do.
Yeah,
It does make sense though as to why they didn't put a lot of like Marvel stuff.
right.
you
I
know.
just was shocked Kelly Hugh. That was her because I
Yeah.
I was like,
I don't
she
think
didn't.
it was.
It was.
Well,
She-
I looked it up.
actually-
I didn't think so either,
Yeah.
but then I looked up and it said her, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Maybe she had some plastic surgery. I don't know, but
Oh.
Well, I mean, it's been
Yeah.
how many years now?
then they had that was my complaint was like but it was a minor complaint. Okay, like all these background
Some of
characters
them
they
were
don't
reca-
really
a lot of
see
them were
them.
recast, but
Yeah,
like the Azazel wasn't played by the guy
No.
from First Class.
right.
Toad
Like-
was different.
Toad was
Yeah,
different.
Toad was not raped.
Pyro
See,
was
then
the
I
same,
but then
though.
I've heard it was, so I'm
It
really
didn't look like
confused.
It wasn't
No,
Ray
was.
Park.
It
Okay.
wasn't.
Okay.
But the guy who played Pyro was in it.
Yep,
though.
that's him. Yep,
That was cool.
that was
Yeah.
cool.
And he actually, I mean, not a big part. But
Very
a
dirty
pretty
pyro.
notable Part.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he comes through the portal. He's like, we got a problem. And she like
Yeah.
fucks him in the head. She broke his neck. That's what she did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What about the Deadpools? The Deadpool gang.
I didn't really give a shit.
I didn't either. I thought it was
I
going to be a
mean,
bigger deal because we knew Lady Deadpool was going to be it.
They needed a third act fight, and they couldn't very well have them fight Cassandra Nova.
And they teased
she-
it like there's
Yeah.
Deadpool gang,
I
the dog, and
I think it's cool who they used for it, though.
yeah, the voices.
I thought
because-
it was clever. I mean, because the Deadpool core is an actual thing in the comics.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
a lot of this stuff is pulled right out of the comic books, and so I thought that was pretty neat, especially like the zombie Deadpool head. That
head
Yeah.
pull.
Yeah.
That was Nathan Fillion.
Do you know there was a variant that they wanted to put in? It was called what was it called? It was Wolverine and Deadpool together.
Oh, from the DC or no? I know what you're talking about.
They
Yeah,
called it
I know.
I don't know, Logan Pool or something.
Logan Pool.
I
think,
forgot,
something like
but
that.
it looked cool. They showed
Yeah.
because they've shown like some artwork now of like character ideas. I'm like, that was one of them. I was like, oh,
They almost had like
I
a
think-
symbiote.
Yeah, I think they
Oh,
were gonna
shit.
they were gonna try and do Venom Pool.
Yeah.
right.
That'd been fun.
I guess Blake Lively voiced Lady Deadpool. I heard,
Yep.
Yeah.
and then Matthew McConaughey. I definitely recognized that
Yeah,
voice right
The
away.
cowboy.
Yeah.
Was it
was
Cowboy
Old
Pool
West
or
Pool?
yeah?
No,
or
he-
Cowboy Pool. Or
Yeah,
whatever
it was something.
And then supposedly
Kid
Ryan's
Pool, I thought.
kids voiced the baby pool
So,
and the
Yeah,
kid
the
pool.
kid
They did
Deadpool
the
was
kid
his
pool.
daughter.
Kid
Yeah.
Pool and Baby Pool were both
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I
Yeah.
don't know how much of a voice his youngest one
Right. Yeah.
did,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
probably like
Goo Goo. Yeah.
maybe
whatever the
put
fuck.
little mocap dots on it or
Yeah.
something. I don't
Yeah.
know.
We also had there was one Deadpool dressed in the jersey or
The
themed.
Wrexham jersey.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I did like that.
A lot
The
of.
nod they
I
did
can't wait to
it.
see it again because it's
Yeah.
like I said, the rewatchability factor is just.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
it. We missed so many things.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
I know. And the other thing I heard, and I agree with it, like the plot's pretty simple, and it might not be as deep as the other ones. I didn't feel, but the entertainment value like outweighed all that, and it's just its
Oh my
own thing,
God,
you
it
know.
was entertaining.
It's very entertaining. Loved it.
there
I saw it
wasn't
by
a-
myself. I mean, like I was so desperate to see it.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta go see this because I didn't want to get spoiled. I already got
Yeah.
spoiled with the Deadpool or the Blade and Gambit. I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
Yeah, I'm so glad I managed to avoid all that because I was giddy.
I did too.
when I
Yeah.
walked on.
The last thing that I saw before seeing the movie was Tyler Mane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the still of Tyler Mane being in it. Or like the little teaser of
Yeah.
it.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
that
And I was
spoiler,
like,
I'd
okay,
been
turn
cool.
off.
Yeah, I'd have been
Yeah.
fine with that spoiler because
But yeah, I pretty much like anytime I go to a movie, I'm like looking for the bathroom break part where there's like
Yeah.
not much going on. You can like sneak away for a minute
Yep.
and come back and not miss anything. But there really wasn't.
I
any
actually
part
did
of that
that
in this.
with the diner scene. I took a chance
Oh.
because I'm like, I've seen kind of how this goes in the
Yeah.
trailer.
But it wasn't
the part
like
in the
it was
trailer
in the
wasn't even
trailer.
in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the part in the trailer was.
So what was in the diner scene? I know there's so the scene about him being so gross, he can't eat in
Yeah,
front of
that's
him.
not even in the movie.
Yeah,
Not
that's
even in it?
there.
What was
The toupee line was in there. He was like, everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't.
Yeah,
You really don't miss a whole lot. I think if I
I took a chance. I figured
if I had
probably
to go back and do it
no.
like when he meets Nice Pool, I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck this,
Yeah,
because that was the only part of it that I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, when he's like when the dog runs up on him and then Nice Pool comes.
they're
up.
talking about the dog and the
Yeah.
and that dog was like, wasn't he like hated or said to be the
It's-
ugliest dog or something?
what
And
is
they
it like
they had sympathy
Lo-
for it.
whatever country it's from.
It's like a Chinese
It's like
short
the
hair.
ugliest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
their ugliest dog or
Right.
something like that. Yeah,
Getting a lot of attention now, though. Yeah. You
Love
want me to
the-
be your daddy?
I love the line he said though. He's like, yeah, I'd watch out for that dog. Its body is basically just one big G spot. Gross. Okay. Like his body's covered in nutsack.
Overall, like, are you fine with it being done? Should they not even touch it again? Like any of
I-
this? I mean, obviously, I think something's it's made over $1 billion now. So
Yeah.
They're going
highest
to-
grossing R-rated movie,
yeah,
I think. No.
I think he'll be in other movies, but I think it's going to be a while, just like Iron
Yeah.
Man
It's-
3.
but what about the other people like Gambit and
Oh, Gambit will be
I'm
in
fine
Secret
with
Wars.
them.
I think Elektra's done.
yeah,
You'll probably see. You will probably see a Blade.
what if he played like
Just
Whistler or
because
something?
Reynolds is pushing for that right now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think that guy's kind of got a blank check he can cash
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
with Disney.
Oh, yeah.
I
and
think
they're having
you'll-
so much trouble right now with making their own damn
I
blade.
think you'll probably see a Blade. I don't know. It'd be cool to see a Gambit return.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'd be a solo movie or if they, introduce him in X-Men somehow.
Even if it's not a solo movie, just put him in Secret Wars.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
beauty of
Fuck, put him in
introducing.
make a good X-Men movie. And put
Yeah.
him in X-Men. Give
Well,
me
yeah,
a-
I think once Fantastic Four is
Get X-Men
done,
Blue Team.
that'll help
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah.
get them into a direction like let's keep going this route, or
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah,
I think as far as Ryan Reynolds is concerned, he is open to coming back as Deadpool, but the Deadpool he will be won't be this Deadpool.
right,
It'll be like the MCU Deadpool.
yeah.
So does that mean we get a Deadpool more like when he first appeared in the Marvel comics?
Oh, when he was a copy
Oh,
of
that's what I'm wondering.
what's his
Yeah.
face, right?
because
when he was, like,
He was
Yeah.
He was Deathstroke, pretty much a
Teamed up
copy
with
of
Reeves
Deathstroke,
and all
right?
It was 100% a copy
Yeah.
of Deathstroke. I don't
Yeah.
know what Liefeld says. That's exactly
Yeah.
what he was.
Same name, right? Different.
Slade Wilson.
Wade Wilson. Yeah, come
Yeah.
on. What the fuck?
Make him have tiny feet though.
Yeah.
Fucking Liefeld.
Like just for
Ugh.
you caught the shoe store,
Oh
right?
yeah,
yeah.
Liefeld's just
And
feet.
Yeah.
I mean, when he first appeared in like New Mutants, and then like in the earlier issues of the X Force, before he had his own solo series, he wasn't funny.
Yeah.
No.
He was called the Merc with the Mouth because he just talked a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he wasn't funny. He wasn't like Spider-Man quippy.
Yep.
And I actually thought he was fucking cool looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he still was cool looking, but I liked him as a villain too. So if they were to do him as kind of more of a villain, I would not be opposed to that.
No, not at all.
I don't know how the
But I-
audience would react to that. So
Well, I think we've already
But I think as far as
gone too far down that road now.
as far as like referencing
It'd be too much of a
this
Yeah.
universe that they're in with like Negasonic and Colossus and all that, I think that part's done. Like, I don't
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
they're going to continue that anymore.
Because they didn't even. Were you troubled by them not being a part of it as much as
No.
before?
I,
No.
no,
No.
because by the second one they were background characters anyway, aside
Yeah.
from Colossus fighting
Sure.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, I can't wait to see more Deadpool or see what he does with.
Yeah,
more
it's gonna
in
be
the-
really
in
interesting.
Marvel.
I think there's
But-
more of a chance to see like the ripple effect of
I
this
think
film.
I'd be totally down for him and Levy doing a, like a darker, or maybe not Levy, but
Yeah, I mean they've
doing like a R-rated Blade, like a
Yeah.
Blade version of Logan.
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Right.
Like we were saying, that'd be
well, hell, bring James Mangold back for that. Maybe I don't know. Well, they
Yeah.
probably wouldn't, but because that to me that'd be very serious. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Levy's really
I
good for a
would bring-
joking
he would
movie,
bring
but
Ayer back to do another Blade movie because didn't he did the first one, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
oh wow,
Uh,
yeah, Yeah.
Del Toro did the second one.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you could definitely tell that was a Del
David
Toro.
Goyer did
Oh,
the
yeah.
third one,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, yeah. Blade 2 is kind of like Batman Returns to me. Like it's its
I
own
wouldn't-
flavor, kind of, and it's
I wouldn't
by
mind seeing like kind of like they did with this with the Fox universe. I wouldn't mind seeing another Blade movie with Snipes
yeah,
to close out the Blade universe.
yeah.
And then we can go
Oh
forward with
no, Stephen
Mahershala.
Norton did the first one. I stand corrected.
then we can go forward with Mahershala Ali, in 2027 or whenever the fuck this movie comes out.
Whatever
I
it's
really
going to be
hope
about.
They do bring him in though for Blade.
Oh yeah,
I do
Because
too.
his voice
yeah,
and his mannerisms and all that stuff, it's just perfect for
he
it.
made a
Yeah.
perfect villain in the Luke Cage series. Like,
Yeah.
that was
if they, yeah,
that
oh,
was
yeah.
like the redeeming quality for Luke Cage for me.
I think both can coexist because you can do a total Logan-like movie, which is like
Yeah.
standalone, and then do your new Blade. It's MCU
Yeah.
Blade, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah. I just
Yeah.
thought we're done with all the
And Luke Cage
multiverse
was
bullshit.
What was his name? Was it Cottonmouth? Who did he play in
I
Luke
don't-
Cage?
I-
What was
That
his
sounds
name?
I've never
right.
seen
I think
the
it was
series.
Cottonmouth.
King Cottonmouth or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he played Cottonmouth, and I forget what the other one was. It was like Copperhead or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, hopefully, because I know I still haven't seen it. My brother-in-law loaned it to me, but Once Upon a Time Deadpool they did, which was like the PG-13 version of
Oh,
Deadpool
the
2.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah,
They released it around Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. I wonder if they'll do something like once the first copy comes out, if they will do a revamp, like maybe they'll do an explosion cut or some shit. Where,
I would love
Yeah.
to see an extended version of what they cut
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I thought it was
Yeah.
funny where I might get the number wrong, but it was like they've now said the F word 119 times in like Disney movies. One was in Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Yeah.
and the other 118.
Yes. I love.
Well, yeah. Anything else you guys can think of before we go here?
Go see it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
yet.
go see
And
it.
if you've seen it, go see it again. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's shit you missed.
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
That you'll pick up on a second and even a third time.
Have
Yeah.
you guys only seen it once?
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
yes.
only seen it once.
Yeah.
I will probably not see it again until it comes out.
Yeah.
Just because there's a lot of other movies that are coming out that I want to see. So,
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true. Oh, The Crow is coming out this weekend,
Oh,
I
that's
think.
right.
Yeah, I don't want to see that one.
I might.
I'm so tempted to go see it in the theater just so I can do.
I'll go if you want to
'cause
go.
The first Crow was like one of my all-time favorite
Yeah.
movies.
Right.
It's going to disappoint you
I'm
if
just-
that's the case.
I'm just like, God, I really want to like it and be excited for it, but I'm just not hyped.
We'll
Yeah.
go in with low expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my thing is I'm not hyped for this. I'm not going in. Like
I think it's
thinking,
going to be
"Oh
like
my God, it's gonna
RoboCop
be good."
was, the remake of
Yeah.
RoboCop. Like they kind of use some
Yeah.
of the same mythology or whatever, but it's like different characters altogether. Because the director, I think, finally said like this is basically it's not really a remake. It's like it's a whole different film. It's in
Yeah.
art and the look of it and everything looks so much different. So
Yeah,
I'm still intrigued to see it. I'm willing to go check it out, and yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
wanting
know.
to as well, just because I mean it's not really saying much, but we haven't had a good Crow movie since the first one.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Accurate.
And many think that should have just been it.
Still, nothing will beat RoboCop 2, where they're like trying to make the new RoboCops, right?
Yeah.
And then the guy, like they actually kill another police officer to put his body in there. He rips his helmet off, and it's just a skull. He goes, shoots himself. I know that probably
Oh,
wasn't
man.
meant to be funny.
You have
but
the right to
goddamn.
remain silent.
Man, could you imagine if they tried something like that today?
Oh,
Wow.
oh
have
my
to be a-
God, that's
No,
hilarious.
I'm not gonna say.
Plugs before we go. I don't know if you guys wanted to announce now or wait. Up to you.
I
They're
know,
getting married. No,
Yeah, Jonah. No. That's why Mitch is sitting here because we just can't keep. our
he's
hands away.
officiating.
We can't keep our hands off each other.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
So we need a
No.
no, we can. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
We just gotta. We're in the stages now of putting together a new podcast,
Mhm.
a Field of Geeks family podcast.
Oh, there you go.
Where we are reviewing the first issues of comic books
Ooh,
from
Yes.
all different publishers, all different decades, years. So yeah, we're gonna be putting that together. Bill's got the first 4 issues in hand. He's gonna read those. He's gonna get them back to me. I'm gonna get the synopsis and everything typed up. We're going to record all 4 of them together and then break
Oh,
them
right
up into
on.
like little half-an-hour chunks.
sure.
And release them once a week over the next 4 weeks, and then that gives us time to do the next
Work
one.
on the next
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Love
Good
it.
idea.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Yeah.
More to come.
Yes.
But I'm very excited as well.
Yes.
It should be a good
Congratulations.
time.
It's cooking.
And we'll see if people want to listen to a podcast where we review first issues from like 1993 or 2004. Or,
That to me seems
Yeah.
interesting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a live
Especially
band.
once we-
No, no.
I mean, you'll see kind of what we've got planned, but
Yeah.
especially once we get into some of those more obscure ones.
Oh, I can't wait till we
Yeah.
do Night Watch,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you guys even know it.
Oh my
I think
It
I
was
might have heard of it,
It was
but
a short-lived Marvel Comics series with a guy that was
Yes.
clearly ripped off of Spawn.
Wow.
Yes.
so it doesn't predate Spawn.
Oh,
Nope.
It's
God.
right
It was
after.
post-Spawn.
Night
All right.
God, I'd almost forgotten about that. Oh my.
There's so many good ones, Bill.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's the nice thing about this, conceptually, is like we will be dead before we even cover half of Tron. What I have with Spawn.
Right.
Because there's just so much material out there.
I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I'm
Be a good
excited.
time.
Should be
I'll
fun.
I'll be producing it for sure. So put my producer hat on. Yeah.
Yep.
Clearly on the eye candy of this partnership.
Obviously. Yes.
Correct.
You were the most expensive one, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
worth every penny.
All of our budget went into getting Bill to co-host, which is why one of the copies he's got over there, I'm pretty sure is flood damaged.
Right. You'd be like, Jonah, I can't do the first episode. I've got
Pages
corona.
are all
And,
stuck together.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, I'm a Bendis fan.
man.
The artwork.
Jesus. And this is why we're not. This is why we're not reviewing the Marvel swimsuit issues.
God, those were good.
Ooh, I don't know if I have one of those anymore, but if I do, it's not. the
God, I
first
remember when that was like the epitome of like, oh, And now you can get shit like that for free on the internet.
Still makes
What
me
a time
wonder.
to be alive.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's a great time.
And back then, that was like all painted stuff. Like now,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all AI. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
YouTube.com at Billy Creston. Billy Creston Gaming on Facebook. Got a review up of Deadpool and Wolverine. I did with spoilers, of course. And got some gameplay footage that I have recorded but not put into a video format yet.
It's coming.
So it's coming
It's all coming.
eventually.
Yes.
One of these days I'll finish Alien Isolation. I'm like on chapter 4 of like 12, whatever it is.
A lot of clicks right now with the movie out and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no better time to get back into it, I think.
Absolutely. That's great. Well,
Yep.
you know us, Field of Geeks. We're everywhere you can imagine going, and we're on YouTube and Facebook, all social media, fieldofgeeks.com. Yeah, we're out there.
Check out RaveX
Yes.
Music on YouTube. He has a RaveX podcast. He does his own music. He's got a band, Choose Your Power, and he did the theme song for our podcast. So
And he thinks that Thomas Jane's a better Punisher than
Yes.
Barenthal.
He said so. Yes.
Disagreed.
oh,
But we still love you. We still love
yeah.
you. All right. Well, with that said, we will be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
I'm Mitch.
I'm Bill.
Take care.
Peace.
Use a condom.
Make sure you leave that in there.